You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
To play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Not love it. I think I'd have one of those orgasms I play at the end of the games when we win. Kyle is in. Hi, Kyle. How you doing? He's gone 3-1 Leicester. I'm making note of that. We'll be taking all the score predictions later. Gray is in as well. Nitty-gritty time. Wow. Pooey-wooey time. I'll tell you, if anything. Look, can I just say, before I get Brad in here, this is a 6-pointer. Because if we lose tonight, you've got Ipswich kicking off 15 minutes after us, Leeds kicking off at the same time. If they both win, we are really in the deep doo-doos. I'm not going to lie. And I know Sky did a program, it was on YouTube, about how or could Leicester fall out of the automatics? While I just load the team up, I'm going to ask Brad to talk us through that because he's watched it. Brad, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Chris. I would love to say that it was interesting.
I'm going to say, talk as long as you want to because this is going to take me a while.
Yeah, I was going to say that it was interesting, but realistically, it didn't tell us anything that we didn't already know. Leicester were doing really well. They're on a bit of bad form, and all of a sudden that 12-point lead they had a few weeks ago has been cut down to 5 and 3 respectively. And they basically just sort of summed it up. I can't remember who was actually on the panel now. I know it was someone to do with Sunderland or had played for Sunderland. But someone's going to correct me in the comments who it is. My mind's just gone blank on the faces that are on the panel. But he basically says, unfortunately, I don't see that run continuing tonight, which sounds like the Sunderland guest we had on here. But the QPR guest said that about their team, didn't they, Chris? And
yes, it did.
So rightfully, it's met with a bit of nerves tonight. And of course, look, there was going to be talk about it. It's kind of like the opposite of what we had when we were 5 points clear of top of the Premier League with games running out. We were playing first. Pressure's on Leicester. If they lose, it can get cut to 2. If they win, it go to 8. And basically, copy and paste and play it backwards. So you won't hear the satanic rituals like people say you get on LPs played backwards. Do you remember like them conspiracies?
The Beatles, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. The Beatles conspiracy theories that it was a Satan ritual play backwards. Nothing like that would happen. It was just basically, instead of saying, big game for Leicester tonight, if they win, they go 8 points clear. If they go, it was just that, but in a different division, essentially. It wasn't really that entertaining. I mean, how can you make it entertaining to talk about when the guy who they're talking to, who supports the team that Leicester are playing tonight and goes, yeah, but I don't think he's going to come to an end tonight because I think they're going to beat us. You're like, well, why are we trying to hype it up if they're going to get a win and that? And they kind of went through the fixtures a little bit, kind of glazed over the form a little bit. It was like a half-assed attempt to rush through for a YouTube video. Like I said to Chris, you kind of get the gist of what I'm talking about, and we've talked about it to death. We do it on a regular, almost daily shows on here. We are talking some point to do with Leicester and their promotion, or even in videos where it's not the immediate topic, we come round to discussion of it by some way. Someone references the game the night before, the game after, in we could talk about crowd attendance, and we'd start talking about a game that's just happened. And it's getting interesting. It's getting nervy. And today, this is the first time I'm dreading a game, Chris, because I'm dreading a 1-0 loss. I've already said that to a friend of mine. We do our predictions between us on a game, and I'm dreading us continuing the run with 1-0. So
that's right, mate. Like I said, if we lose, it is the proverbial 6-pointer, because you've got Ipswich should beat Bristol City. Let's face it, Leeds should beat Stoke. We need Stoke to do us a favour, and Bristol City. But let me just put the team's going across the bottom. But let me just put the team up here. So this is the team that he's gone for. Sorry, no, he's not. That's Brad's team. Sorry, Brad.
Hey, it's close enough. I'll take it. It's close enough. It's not as close as you, mind. It was only one worse than you. And I'm
going to say, you did get Doyle right. Justin's on the bench, and Iheanacho. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I only wish that I was that good at predicting the scores, but I'm not. But I got Doyle wrong. That was the only one I got wrong.
You did well, mate.
I actually liked, and that's the team up there, by the way, guys. I actually liked your idea of Justin, because look, I like Chowdhury. He does, he's one of those that can come on at the end and do a job for us if we need to hang on or just bolster things up. And he can step in occasionally if somebody's injured. But at the moment, I just think I'm going to say, Brad, this hurts so much, but I really did understand where you were coming from with putting Justin in that role.
I just think we needed a bit more assurances on that. And look, again, I'm one of them that remembers Chowdhury's matured and grown as a footballer since 3 or 4 years ago, when he would be a flight risk in a team, because he's just a slide tackle away from a red card.
Yeah.
That was in his earlier Leicester days, and he has matured and he has changed his character and how he is. He still has a feisty tackle, but he's a lot more. His brain works a lot more, basically, Chris. When he's going in for tackles, he's reading the situation better. I just would have liked to have seen it with only a little bit to go, isn't there? You want your most experienced player, and Justin's more natural at playing that than Chowdhury. Having said that, I also only put Justin in my team because of that reason. And because realistically, on form, he doesn't deserve to be playing. So I'm not happy.
Hang on a minute, that team that is up there. Sorry, have I got the wrong team up there?
No. I don't think so. Chowdhury.
No, I've got QPR team up there.
No, you've got QPR team news, but your lineup is actually the Sunderland badge. Is actually on it.
Okay. I've got to be honest with you. I was still doing these at 6:30 tonight. So excuse the QPR.
No. You've changed one half, which is the half we need changing, but you've just got it looking like you've got QPR.
I tell you what, we'll do that, and the team's going across the bottom.
It's not live. We'll edit it afterwards anyway. We'll cut it out.
Yeah, it's not that. Nobody will notice. I just looked there and I thought, oh, no, I was rushing. I'm not going to lie. I was rushing.
I didn't know you was rushing. How much?
I'm 60% Russian and 30% Ukrainian. Hey, bum. So I agree with you with Justin. Glad to see Cody in.
Yeah, I think we need that experience. I think that was something where I think a little bit of maybe sentiment came into it. He really wanted to give the lad his occasion after he played well against Bournemouth. You've got to manage youngsters' confidence, I get it, but I think it was too much of a risk. And I know he scored our only goal, which sounds a bit ironic in that performance, but I feel like I feel like we were a little bit unsure, and we need that trust in there. With the greatest respect with Cody, if you're a player of any quality, whether you're someone of Winks' caliber or your Doyle's caliber, if you're looking inside and you know you're not seeing your teenage mates sat next to you, you're seeing a leader in Cody, you're going to feel a bit more relaxed, as well as your youth teammate. You're going to be looking at and listening to Cody when he's telling you something.
Yeah, he just got that older, experienced head on his shoulders, hasn't he?
He has, and I think that's another top towards Vestergaard, because he's obviously got that about him when he's at the back line that's earned him the running the team and why he's done so well, notably at centre back, and why he's actually been keeping Cody out of the squad. This is the last game of Vestergaard's suspension, and this is a game that's crying out for Cody to step in, put that Leicester jersey on, and really show Enzo why he should be back in that mix.
Do you think that no matter how good a game Cody has, he knows at the end of the day Vestergaard's going to come back in next game?
Well,
almost get on the practice pitch, Cody, and stick a foot in and on him and break his ankle.
Yeah, maybe that's what he feels he might need to do to get a run in the team. But then if he outshined, say, Wout Faze, or I don't want to say anything, but say like a Doyle or a Chowdhury doesn't have a particularly good game at wing back, we have seen him do it before. Enzo might then be inclined to go, right, well, until Ricardo's back for these next couple of games, I'm going to go 3 centre backs, and then we may see Cody, Faze and Justin, or Cody, Faze and Nelson, or a combination of that 3. It's the only way going. Unfortunately, you are in that point in the season where you don't want to be chopping and changing. If Vestergaard's your go-to guy, he's going to get picked over him. And then, not to sound horrible, but I think Cody's way into this team is either for an injury or someone having a bad game where Enzo looks at maybe Faze or somebody and goes, "You're not really having the greatest time. I'm going to give Cody another run in this squad."
Yeah. Nate's in. Good evening, Nate. How are you? JJ's on the subs bench. Great. And let's be honest with you, we wouldn't expect JJ to score again. He pops up with one every now and then, but he's not going to be a regular goal scorer. We were woman and ahhing, and I put Vardy up front, and you kind of agreed with me and my reasoning behind that, which again was the old experienced head.
Yeah, I think over the last few games, and I'd even include bit parts of the Sheffield Wednesday game. This is the last league game.
Showing the 5-2. Just showing the 5-2 after the after we won the League Cup.
Oh yeah,
on a hat trick. Yeah.
Oh mate, I love that. I was at that game.
What a header! What a header from Stan.
Mate, that game is still what I call the what if game. You could make a what if spin-off series of what if had Heskey and Collymore stayed together, because after that game,
there is a book, and I've got it down there. Like what? It's a kind of a what's if, and it goes through our whole history. But that was definitely Heskey and Collymore. My God, that could have been a.
Because I remember obviously Collymore was suspended. Well, he was ineligible for our Worthington Cup win against.
He'd already played.
Yeah, because he'd already played. He was ineligible for that, and Heskey left after that, didn't he, to go Liverpool? Yeah, and it was always like, what if? But hey, it is what it is. It's football.
It is, yeah. But we won the Premier League since then. So I think Collymore was. He played for Bradford for a bit. I just think that was one of Taylor's mistakes letting him go. But look, anyway, back to Vardy. Well, we could do with Collymore at the moment, couldn't we? To be honest with you,
I think, like I was saying, Vardy up front. The reason I agreed with you is because I just feel like this team's lost a little bit of its edge. It's lost a little bit. I know it's frightening that we agree so much in so much of a way as well. I feel like we just lost that little bit of cutting edge, lost our nerve a little bit, lost our bite a little bit. We've been a bit too kind on opposition. We haven't really got in their faces a little bit on the front line. We've been, we've kind of gone to do it, put a bit of pressure on, but no pressure that's realistically going to cause their goalkeeper or centre back any concerns. And something that Vardy has done and continues to do notoriously is he will run at a goalkeeper. He gives up no lost cause, Chris. You know what? I was watching a few Premier League videos this afternoon before Facebook got completely taken down for that hour and people lost their mind. I know. Even you lost your mind a little bit. Your little social you need to.
I know it. Well, suddenly I'm trying to change my password and he wouldn't let me. I thought.
Well, I tried that just in case it was the inevitable, but it wasn't. It was worldwide. Anyway, we're all back now. We're all safe. We've all marked safe from the
panic over. Keep calm, everybody.
But yeah, anyway, the Premier League were doing worst goalkeeping blunders and stuff like. And what was I saying before we went onto that social media rant? I've lost my trail of thought.
You were watching some videos.
It's completely gone. It has literally completely gone. Whatever I was going to talk about, I was completely left my mind because that I distracted myself.
You did. Well, look, let's have a look at the recent form. It is. If anything, again, I've got QPR up there. For God's sake.
Well, we're both having a bad day. You're having a blank day with this, and I'm having a blank day with what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we are very similar. I mean, QPR. What the bloody hell am I saying? Did we play? Did we play? Do we do a Sunderland preview by any chance?
We definitely did, mate. We definitely did.
Right, let me see if I can load that up because at the moment I am going absolutely up my own arse at the moment. If this ever decides to, you see, these things go down
because their form is only slightly worse than ours. We've lost our last 3 in a row. They've lost the last 4 in a row.
There we go.
Here we go. We got there in the end, folks.
Yeah, it took me a while, but we got there in the end. Yes, I mean their away form or our away form is 6. Their home form is 8. Despite the fact that that it was Paddy, wasn't it, who came on? He didn't sound very confident at all, did he?
No, it actually sounds like because you brought up their managerial graph as well, didn't you?
Yes.
And excuse me, I can. Oh, you know when you feel a burp coming, but it's not. No, that was horrible. I hate them ones. Anyway,
as long as it comes up and not down.
Yeah, and they're currently in the second stint with their catering manager, their interim manager, whatever technical term you want to identify him as, his gender neutral role that he has, and he has a 0% record. I believe the Sunderland fan told us he was in charge for a game or two. His first stint, lost them both. He's taken over from Ian Beale's cousin. The ex-Rangers manager, and he's 0 for 2 in that, and it kind of just when he was talking about both stints, it kind of reminded me of when we sacked Rodgers and absolutely nothing changed. Yes. We had Rodgers 2.0 for the 2, and they were, Chris. If you look back at that season, as bad as it was, if you wanted a defining moment that made or broke our season and inevitably broke it. Having 2 games for an assistant manager to kind of have that bounce like Shakespeare did after Ranieri was sacked.
Yeah.
To go and blow 2 home games the way we did. Well, we know what happened.
Well, he didn't do anything different. He said, this is what got Roger. It wasn't Adam Sandler, but it was Adam Sadler or somebody, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Sadler, yeah.
And he just said, well, I know this is what got Rodgers sacked, but I'm going to do the same.
Yeah,
he got sacked.
Well, the sounds of Paddy and what he was saying in regards to Dodds and Beale. Beale was playing drastic football. It sounds like he's doing no different, or at least if whatever he is trying is no different in terms of, well, it's just getting the same outcome. They're losing games, they're not playing well. And the players never give a shite. Bradley, no, they didn't really. And again, we kind of touched on that with a few players already. Unfortunately, in this squad, it seems to be a case of there was a lot of players that it didn't matter if they played good or bad either, Gray, because they had no competition for their spots. And we're not the only clubs that's had it and suffered for it. I mentioned other clubs have had it with certain players like the Son and Kane at Tottenham. You know, if you're a winger and Broughton, one of them two were playing, you weren't playing basically. You know, the front three that Liverpool had, the Salah, Mane, and Firmino. So, you know what I mean? It does happen at every club. And this is why you try and this is why clubs are constantly churning sales and signings. This is why Liverpool and Manchester United have been doing signings every season, buying, you know, players and young players and keep buying them. And then you never see a settled squad. It's ridiculous. But with Leicester at the moment, you just feel like that potency is missing. And hopefully tonight, it's one of them, isn't it? It kind of reminds me of when we were on bad form before, Chris, and we said we'll take a goal off Wes Morgan's left butt cheek in the 96th minute if it won this game. Right now, if Madsen did a flying Dutchman in the 94th minute to head one in, I'd take that happening. You know what I mean? I'd take anything happening right now.
I mean, we can't take. I mean, it is an important game, and like I say, it is, to my eyes, it's a 6-pointer. But it's a tough game. You know, in the last 5, they've scored 5, we've scored 6. They've conceded 7, we've conceded 7. Games that they've scored over 2.5 goals, they've done it in 3 out of the last 5. We've done it in 3 out of the last 5. Games in which both teams have scored, 3 out of 5 for them, 3 out of 5 for us. I said the other day, didn't I? It's either going to be like a 5-4 or a 0-0.
Yeah, I'd rather take the 5-4 because it means we get. Well, I'd rather take the 4-5 to word it correctly.
Yeah.
You know, than it is. And I hate to be a pain in the arse, Chris, but I just noticed it, but you've got the Sunderland QPR badge on the recent form. Your day's going from bad to worse. You've got, how you're comparing both Leicester and Sunderland and QPR. Comparing Leicester.
Fuck knows what I'm doing this week.
I'm so sorry to have noticed that, mate, at that point. I just noticed it cross my eye. Oh, I'm having an awful day. Oh.
Honestly, you didn't tell me that the other night when we did the show.
I didn't even notice it then. I've only just noticed it, mate. It didn't even register in my eyes until now because my brain's looking for it. I can't help but notice.
Anyway.
So take 2, folks. We're starting this stream again. The Watchalong part 2.
God, I mean, let's hope that Leicester can perform better than I can tonight. It's all going so well with the radio show. But looking at the top of the table, I can actually put that one up. There we go, because I've actually got that one right. Check before I do it. There we go. Bring up. There we go. Leicester 78 points, Ipswich 76. So if they win today and we don't, they go above us. Leeds 73.
No, they won't.
75, 76, 77. No, they won't because of the goal difference. Sorry.
Yeah, we said that, the goal difference.
Yeah, thankfully. But if that was Leeds, they would have done. But obviously, they're on 73 and they will go up to 76. They must be kicking themselves that they didn't beat Huddersfield. But as you said, the joy of a local derby. Southampton on 70. After that, it looks like it is a battle out of those 4 teams, doesn't it?
Yeah, we said that a few weeks ago as well. I wasn't concerned of anyone below. At the point, it was Ipswich, I think, if they were 4th at that point. You know, I said I wasn't really concerned about anyone else because they're too far away. And they are. They are. You know, even if we were to absolutely capitulate and keep going this way, I don't think they'd catch us up from there down. Just means we finished 3rd or 4th in the playoffs, which is still bad if we did that. I can't see it, obviously.
I mean, for a long time, Brad, earlier in the season, this is how it was.
Well,
a whole month, 6 weeks, where it was only 3 points. Ipswich won, went top. We then won, went top. They won, went. You know, it was like it literally was this close then.
Yeah,
in fact, point at most time for a few weeks.
Yeah, and I think back then the optimism was there, but the expectation was still being very mellow from us Leicester fans. And for the best part, we still are a bit mellow about the whole situation. But now it's got to that end part, and everybody kind of looked where Leicester are. I think everybody kind of did what Leicester have done and taken their eye off the ball. Kind of gone, well, all right, Leicester got first. Who's getting the last? Or they kind of already started putting Leicester in the Premier League before we'd done it, and I think this is kind of done. But I made a point, I think, when it was down at 6 or 7 point gap, I reiterated the point that I still feel that as long as Leicester can get themselves back on track to some degree, and I'm not saying win every game from here to the end of the season, because that still might not be necessary, I still feel, and we have seen it already, that the others are still as susceptible at dropping points as they have been. Leeds dropped points, as you rightly said, against Huddersfield. 10 men Huddersfield as well for half of that game. And you want to say it's more difficult to play against 10 men. Well, it took Coventry to the 79th, whatever it was, their 80th minute when they scored and finally did beat us. Leeds couldn't manage that. Southampton, yes, they won in the 96th minute against Birmingham and went to win, granted, but they dropped 6 points when we were dropping points. So they've only gained 3 on us. Yeah. Leeds have been second now; they're third because Ipswich have gone from 4th to 2nd. So, like you said, the in-house fighting between them 3 might just help Leicester out a little bit while they're holding on to first place.
And in fairness, we have got Southampton to play. I was just thinking out who we've got to play. We have got Southampton still to play. I was saying for an awfully long time, when's our bad patch coming? And I think we are in it now.
I think so. I would say so. And it's not like this bad run of form has actually come out of nowhere. And what I mean by that, Chris, is, and I have been touching on this point as well since the first defeat to Middlesbrough in this run, Chris. And that was, if you actually look back over the couple of games previous, the last time we've actually won a game was at home to Sheffield Wednesday, and we won it 2-0, and we won it fairly comfortably in the end. But there was still parts in games, and I know someone's probably going to say, yeah, well, every team gets a chance, and it's statistics on whether you take it or not. But we gave Sheffield Wednesday more than enough chances, and they had more than enough clear-cut chances, Chris, to have at least got themselves a point from that game. We have said it on numerous occasions over the last few weeks until this 3-game loss streak. Had better opposition or had better strikers been in them positions for them chances, we may not have won the game so comfortably. And I know you can then counter that and say, yeah, but Leicester earned the luck. They were really good on the night, and it would have been wrong if they'd have drawn the game. Well, the only stuff that matters is how many times you put the ball in the back of the net with the chances you create. And Leicester were doing it better than the opposition. So the last few weeks haven't gone according to plan. Even the win we had in the Cup, we only managed to score 1 goal. Now, okay, Bournemouth, strong side, Premier League side, very good. It was a good game. I'm not saying we played badly or anything. What I'm saying is we've kind of shown our cards a little bit early. I've noticed as well, another thing that's happened regularly is if we are still only 1-0 up with 10, 15 minutes to go, he makes defensive substitutions. Now, that's how Brendan started showing he didn't trust his own system to get us over the line. Mm-hmm. Was that running when we were 4th, holding on for
do you think, I mean, like I say, we are in, I think, our bad run. We've not lost 3 in a row at the moment. Can we get out of it is the question.
Yeah, I think we can. I think we've proven through dodgy stages of this series, this season so far, that we're capable of that bounce back. We haven't had too many dodgy periods in this season to think of. I think we had like maybe a loss, a win, and a draw after the whole game, and then we went win. We lost the Middlesbrough and Leeds game, and then went win, draw, win, and we've gone on these 3 games. And okay, we've had a break up with the FA Cup win, but if you take it purely on league form, we've gone loss. Loss. We've seen that just as we are dependable to go on a little bit of a blip that lasts a handful of games, our response is usually very resurgent. And I feel if if we just need to get over the line tonight. You know, if we go and beat them 5-0, absolutely brilliant. We'll be, oh, thank God, looks like Leicester are back, and that will really boost confidence. If we go and nick it 1-0 in, like I said, the 96th minute, even better. We still win the game, and then I think we'll see results come better.
But you know, when we were, and you, I think I'm going to quote you back at yourself here, and you may have said this in the last thing you said. I don't know, but when we were winning all these games, excuse me, you take the Stoke game aside, we weren't smashing teams. It was a 1-0 or a 2-1, or, you know, we were 2-0 up and we conceded 1 towards the end and we were panicking a little bit. And you know, we're not exactly, I know I said we're doing a Burnley, but we're not this free-flowing team that everybody seems to think we actually are, in my opinion.
No, and we were very clinical in front of goals. I kind of feel like Leicester brought a Premier League style of play to the Championship, and other teams didn't really know what to do with themselves. It's kind of a little bit eccentric, not in a style, not that we're playing anything extravagant in terms of like a complete change, and we're not trying to rewrite the game of football. It's not like baseball or cricket where England are playing a style of football that teams didn't know how to compete with until Australia and India played them, funny enough, but less said about that.
That means nothing to me.
I know. Yeah, I'm just making my own comparison from your own mental.
Can we get you back onto football, Brad?
Well, yeah, I'll make my own comparison because it's how my brain works, mate. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, we're doing something that the Championship didn't really see a lot of. If you talked about Championship football in the past, it was very much, ironically, like a team you said, Stoke, wasn't it? It's a bit rough and tumble, a bit more shoulder bargings allowed. They're a bit more rough on you. They're not Namby and Panvy like they are in the Premier League. And I think Leicester's style of play has also played a big part in how it did that. You know, how it got Leicester going that season. They've only realistically scored 3 or 4 against either very poor opposition like Stoke, or a team's kept going at them and created more gaps for Leicester to have clearer chances. You know, they've been 2-1 behind and, you know, have gone gun-ho, and Leicester caught them on the counter and we've made it 3-1 late on. We've never, ever really very rarely, Chris, have we sat here and gone, that was really easy.
Yeah. We haven't, like I say, we haven't, apart from, I think, Stoke, I don't think really we have blown
even the 4-1 against Southampton, they could have easily got 2 or 3 in that game and it would have been nervous, couldn't they?
Yeah, well, as we always say, had these other teams got shooting boots, we probably wouldn't be sort of first at the moment. I know our defense hasn't been that good. It's just been the attack from most of the other teams. So look, you know, let's be honest and take off our blue tinted spectacles and say, you know, we were winning, but we weren't winning spectacularly.
Exactly.
So look, we're going to look at we're getting close now to kick off. So going to look at get your score predictions in, guys. Now I've gone 2-1. You went 2-0, I believe.
I certainly did.
Now Kate has gone.
Oh, wait there, mate. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Something's.
I will carry on. I don't know where Brad's, obviously something's happened with Brad. So I hope you're all right, mate. Kate went 1-0. Kyle went 3-1. Easy B 2-0. Nate 2-1. Alibaba has gone 1-0. I would take that. Chris R, hello, Chris R, how you doing? Look, I think you're new. I've not seen you. Have you been in before, Chris R? He's gone 3-0. Andreas has gone 2-0. So we all think that this losing streak is coming to an end by the look of it. Okay, I tell you what, Ben Cross. Hi, Ben. How are you doing? He's gone 4-2. Wow, that's a big score by heck, Ben. Jeff is in. Hi, Jeff. How are you? Jeff, a nice early morning start for this match. Not interested in our performance. No, we need a win. We need a win. We've had good performances and done sweet FA with them. Oh, she's here, Kate. Sorry, I didn't. Have you been waiting long?
No, just about three months. It's all right.
I do apologise. You were below my screen.
No, I haven't at all. It was about 20 seconds. Don't worry.
Is it? Pretty in pink there. Look, you went 1-0, so you're predicting a tight game. Haven't seen the team, which I've got to say I got right, apart from I had Justin in for Doyle.
Okay.
I put Chowdhury in because I thought he was the only option that we have left. Your thoughts, on the team? Does it make you giving you sort of to change your mind for the score at all?
No, it's not changed my mind for the score, but I've definitely got the heebie-jeebies about Hamza in that Ricardo role. I hate it. I'd rather have JJ doing it. I think he's more disciplined and I think he's got more game awareness. But we'll see. I'm surprised to see Eunice. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing. I think Nacho will come on. Nacho and Daka. The bench looks really good.
It does. I mean, when you look at that, even when we've, on these games that we've been losing, there's still been a damn good team, And as Jeff said here, not interested in the performance, he just wants the win because we've had the performances against QPR, against Leeds, and we just didn't get the result. But, to me, and it's not often that I agree with Brad, and I'll say this because he's gone, but I think, he can play right back anyway, Justin. But Cody, are you pleased to see Cody?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I think Nelson, for me, just on the highlights that I saw, perhaps didn't potentially have his best game on Saturday. And I think we spoke about this yesterday, didn't we? We need someone with experience. This is a tough ask. It's going to require a certain amount of experience that you just don't have to think too much about certain things that will come naturally to Cody because he's that much older. He won't have those nerves that Nelson might have in certain areas. Like he's a long-standing professional footballer. So I think that could be key tonight because he is a leader. We know he's got the potential to be a leader. And without Vestergaard, he really needs to step up and give Enzo a bit of a selection headache, I think. Yeah,
it's well, hopefully so. I mean, he's probably at the back of his mind thinking it doesn't matter what I do. Vestergaard's back in at the end of the day. But I just think he can sort of turn around and go, right, lad, let's just calm it down now. Let's just take it easy. Where, like you say, was it you that said, the opposition players are up in, Ben Nelson's ear, winding him up because he's young?
It's that kind of thing, isn't it, that puts you off.
Cody can go up and say, ignore them.
Yeah, and Vardy as well. I think that's probably why he started Vardy, to give them some shit back. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Vardy could be quite important in terms of getting that team motivation and that just win at all costs.
Yes. It's a 6-pointer, I've said tonight. Because if we will still be top whatever happens. But if we lose and Ipswich win, they're equal on points, I believe, with us. Leeds obviously can't catch us up, but we've been here before. I was saying to Brad earlier, there was a lot of our during earlier on in the season where there was only a point sometimes between us.
Yeah, absolutely. And going into the Boxing Day fixture, it could have been a point because, it could have been 2 points because it was 4 points on Boxing Day with the draw. Yeah. So it could have been reduced even further. So it's what my heart tells me that it's not a must win necessarily. I just don't want us to lose. It's important to stop the rot. There's more opportunities that will come. I know that means that Ipswich could potentially get within a point of us if we draw, but for me, it's just about not losing tonight. But obviously, I really want us to win. It's really important that we win, but I don't think it's super critical. It's just we need to turn up. We need to properly turn up where it matters. So scoring the goals, I don't care if it comes off someone's backside. Like
exactly. As I said, I think this is our bad patch.
Oh, you've frozen.
Patch, I think we have landed in it. I've been talking about it. Sorry?
You're frozen, then you're back.
Sorry, I thought sorry, I thought you. I think this is our bad spell. Hopefully this ends it. I think I would take a point at this point. Sparking Hollis has just said I can't see Ipswich losing to Bristol. Look, I couldn't see Stoke winning at the weekend, and they did. So
I said last night, unpredictable Bristol are.
Yeah.
That's why they're middle of the table.
Stoke are playing Leeds. You just don't know. This league is so weird. No Cannon. I've only just noticed that actually. Yeah. No Cannon. You got Inacho and Daka on the bench. But we've said this, haven't we? We've got 4 good strikers. He said one of them's going to get left out every week.
Yeah, and I love the bench for different options. Like we've got Albrighton on there, which I think I'd love to see him use Albrighton a bit more. And JJ as well as the 2 strikers, and then obviously Ndidi. If Ndidi can come in the last 20 minutes,
yes.
I mean that's absolute. It feels like a new player that will for us. We've not seen him since the turn of the new year. It's been a long old stint without him.
He's got it right. He hasn't thrown him on just because he's fit. He's sort of said, look, there, if we need you towards the end, he's not risking him. But look, the players are coming out, so fingers crossed.
And Marchal, he had a great game against Bournemouth, so if he gets a chance, who knows? Yeah.
Well, any of those, let's be honest with you, any of those players on the bench, if they're in the first team, we wouldn't actually cry, would we?
No. Cool.
No.
Right.
Hopefully, if you can get on at half time, that would be brilliant. Yeah.
Okay.
All the best. Thanks so much for popping on, Kate. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you very much to Kate. Right. Let me... I don't know what is up. I hope Brad is okay. Whoops. There we go. Let me... Now, this is always the difficult bit because I have to play around with everything, and it's not very nice for you guys on the camera when I do that. Here we go. So the players are out on the pitch. They are warming up. They've done the bit, and we are about to get underway. Remember, guys, no spoilers. Absolutely no spoilers whatsoever. Got a couple of mods in today, and they will just kick you out, and I'm not going to defend you, even if you do it as a joke. We'll be right back after this.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Wanna do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Indeed. Okay, so we've got Hermansen in goal. Chowdhury at right back, coming into right midfield. Faz, Cody and Doyle across the back. Winks and Dewsbury Hall in those central roles. Fatawu and Magvididi on the wings, with Akgun just behind Vardy. Vardy, who is captain today. And we are about to kick off. Leicester City are in all blue. And Sunderland in their red and white tops. Come on, we need the result. I don't give a shit about the performance. Let's just get the result tonight. Dewsbury Hall's doing something very strange with his shorts, and we're away. So here we go. I'm just going to put my my earpiece in. and then I can hear what is going on. So we don't need to know the scores from the other games. I will also be keeping you up to date with those as well. Any scores, any spoilers, even if you think you're being clever and funny, we'll just see you kicked out. Please smash the likes. We like to get up to 50 by half time. And we like to ask you to subscribe as well if you can. So Faz has got the ball at the moment. Say Leicester kicking right from left. All blue strip. Cody's got it. He'll pay it across to Hermansen. Comes out to Doyle. Plays it inside. I'm just hoping that we can maybe silence the crowd, because the crowd's going to play an important part in the game today. Thank you, Phil. So, Faust on halfway line, plays it inside. Vardy comes in and takes it. Looking for Fatawu, but he doesn't find him. And then Chowdhury's all over the Sunderland player. I think you've got to admit, Chowdhury, that was a foul. He's trying to claim his innocence. I think not. I think not. Oh, Fatawu doing some good defensive work there, and we get the goal kick, I think. Yeah. Well done. Well done, sir. So 3 centre-halves and 2 wing-backs, allegedly. Jerry Taggart has just said for Sunderland. Like I say, they have been on a when you look at the recent form, they have been losing. They've played a lot of away games. Their home form isn't that bad. So Hermansen out to Faz on the right. Chowdhury back to Faz. Winks back to Hermansen. So this has been about 10 passes and we've absolutely got it nowhere. There we've got 20 passes. Oh, super. We've made 20 passes. And we weren't any further forward. We're still playing it around the defence. So Vardy now. Dewsbury Hall played a lovely ball through there to Vardy, but just couldn't quite get onto it. Now Sunderland tried to break away, but Faz comes in, gets the ball to Dewsbury Hall with his socks around his ankles. Cody's got it now, number 4. Winks out to Chowdhury. Chowdhury, lovely long ball forward. Oh, Vardy goes around the back, but the goalkeeper comes out and collects it. That was a good move, and in fairness, good ball from Chowdhury. That was a nice ball to see Chowdhury play there. Unfortunately, like I say, the goalkeeper for Sunderland was awake. So, Ballard for Sunderland. On the edge of the area, they're doing a bit of a Leicester there, but now it's a long ball upfield. And they're through, but offside. Oh, now you see, they were playing it around the back then. Then suddenly they played a long ball up. It was headed on, and he was through, but he was offside. I mean, that obviously is the big thing. Eunice on the edge of the box, plays it out to Fatawu, literally on the corner of the box, back into Eunice. Back to Fatawu. He chips it into the box. Oh, didn't quite clear it convincingly, but he does get it away back into the Leicester half. And that's going to go all the way back to Hermansen. Come on, Leicester. Coventry have gone 1-0 up against Rotherham. I mean, Rotherham are just making numbers up, aren't they? They really are. Good to see Ndidi back in the squad. That was earlier than I thought. Tell you about the Hermansen there. That was an up and under. But he was playing for Wigan Rugby, Glenn. There was an offside. So Coventry already 1-0 up at Rotherham. And there's only 5 minutes gone. I mean, what? I mean, I feel sorry. If you're a Rotherham fan, they are up and down like the proverbial bride's knickers on a wedding night. But Sunderland have got the ball now on the far side. Lovely 1-2. Can they get it into the box? He's got 2 players on him, but no, Leicester get the foot in. Fatawu now trying to get away. He's fouled, and it's a free kick. Halfway inside the Leicester half, literally on the sideline. The referee tonight is Sunny Sukhvir Gill. So Dewsbury Hall lost out then. Sunderland managed to get the ball, but they can't control it. It goes out for a Leicester throw. A soft throw in to give away there. Doyle on the ball. He's going to take the throw in. Brad, by the way, was okay. He just had an Amazon delivery. He was doing a me. Now it's a Sunderland throw, just on the halfway line on this near side. Mabadidi somehow gets the ball. Oh, gets the ball brilliantly off Vardy. Mabadidi's through. Oh, he pulls it across. Oh, nobody connected with it. Oh, my goodness me. Oh. Oh. He tries to pick the pass out when he should have or could have shot, but then would we have moaned if he'd have shot and it had gone wide? Dewsbury Hall this time gets the ball out to Mavadidi. Oh, he's tripped over, surely. Nobody carries on. The referee lets play go on. Good referee in there. Winks, he's gone out to Faz. He'll play out to Fatawu on the far side. Fatawu plays it into Chowdhury. Centre of the pitch. In the centre circle, it goes back to Cody. Cody back to Chowdhury. Turns on the ball. Plays it out to Faz on the far side. Pass to Fatawu. Gets past the player. Chips it in. Oh. And that was, again, a good move, but which again... Ball goes into the box, finds a Sunderland player. Oh, good tackle there by Chowdhury. Winks just calms it down, passes it back to Chowdhury, who plays it over to Cody. Comes out the Leicester half as he passes it to Doyle. Doyle plays it down. For Dewsbury Hall! Now come on! Vardy! No! Oh, and then Eunice! Oh my God! Oh, my God. Oh. Dewsbury Hall. Vardy. He hits the goalie. Falls to Eunice. He hits the goalie. Oh, well, that's two good efforts. We could have been 2-0 up by now. LCFC, hello. And Wolves high in again. Ethan, we did score predictions earlier. I went 2-1. We're not taking score predictions now though because we've kicked off. So Doyle forward doesn't quite get it through to Vardy. It's headed clear. Sunderland have the ball. Winks presses in, but they keep hold of the ball to Sunderland. It goes between the defenders now. Oh, we had two good chances there. I know. I think Ethan, you're all right, mate. We don't. There's no scores or predictions once we've kicked off because it's seen as possibly being a spoiler, and we just kick for spoilers. Mavadidi turns lovely. Oh, he's got Vardy on the right. Oh, a bit hard for Vardy, but Vardy gets it. He crosses it in, and it's out for a corner. It's a little bit too hard for Mavadidi for Vardy there. And it's another corner. Sunday, no spamming, please. Yeah, great. 50 likes. That would be great. We'll try and get 50 before half time. If we're at 44 after 12 minutes, that's good. It's a free kick now to Leicester, not a corner. I must have missed that. Oh, it's a handball. That's why. It caught his hand. So, Dewsbury Hall in the corner, but it's not a corner. It's going to be left-footed into the box. What can we do here? Chips it in. Oh! Yes! Yes! Vardy! Get in! Get in! Wow! Vardy, 12 minutes gone, 1-0. Are we back? Dare we believe? I don't know. What do you think?
Go! Back of the net.
Wow, so it was a free kick from Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Plays it across. Farrell gets his head on it, straight at the goalie. Comes out. Vardy, who else do you want there? Vardy, wham it in, heads it in. One 1-0. Thank you very much. And here we go. Wow. Feel a little bit more confident now. Doyle crosses it in. Oh, Vardy was waiting, but it was a good defense. Doyle had a lovely ball then into the box. Vardy was waiting for it. I think if it had got to Vardy, he would have made it 2. But it was good defending. Don't know if the number 5 for Sunderland actually knew where it was going, but it has gone out for a corner. Kate's winning at the moment. She went 1-0. Remember, guys, no spoilers. You wait. You can see what time I'm on. If you're ahead, it's a short free kick. Dewsbury Hall. Back out to Fatawu. Oh, Mavadidi, sorry. Chipped in. Oh, chipped in by Dewsbury Hall. I think Cody that was waiting on the far post, but the goalkeeper plucks it out. Yeah, you can see what time I'm on, so you wait for me to announce anything. Remember, I don't always read the chat, so whatever the mods do, they have my backing. So, Sunderland, 1-0 down, 15 minutes gone. That's what we needed. Leeds are still 0-0, and Ipswich are still 0-0. There was a free kick there. Eunice, I don't know what he did, but it was a free kick to Sunderland in the centre circle, but they make a hash of the pass as they pass it straight to a Leicester player. Chowdhury now. Winks. He's got Doyle out his side free. Oh, it doesn't quite get to him, but it goes back. Now it's with Doyle, but it goes out and it's going to be a Leicester throw. Just on the near side, just slightly into the Sunderland half, a bit further than the technical area. So yeah, it can't complain. I think we have. I mean, just looking at the match stats here so far for this game, we've had 67% possession. We've had 5 shots within the first 16 minutes. Wow. So it's with the Sunderland goalkeeper at the moment. So there's only goals in tonight's games. Coventry are 1-0 up at Rotherham, and we are 1-0 up at Sunderland. Mavadidi now gives it away. Tried to play it to Kieran Dewsbury Hall, but it was cut out. Sunderland now have it on the halfway line. So they got a player called 09. He's almost like he's a James. Oh, Sunderland now. Oh, good defending. Fatawu there. Absolutely. He took the player, I thought, to be honest with you. But it was a good sliding tackle. He came in. He got the ball well. No, he got the ball. And he had to get that right, Fatawu, and he did. 16 minutes gone. First corner for Sunderland. Still, we haven't cleared it yet. They're still with Sunderland. Coming at the second attempt. Chowdhury clears it this time, but it still falls to Sunderland play, although it's back in the centre circle for Sunderland. And they play it out to this near side now. Remember, Sunderland are kicking right to left. Play it into the penalty area. No, the player goes down for Sunderland, but he's not going to get anything for that. But we still haven't cleared it properly. We've got it back now. Oh, that's been pulled down. That's a free kick to Leicester, surely. Yes, it is. Mavadidi being pulled down by number 23, Selby there for Sunderland. Yeah, he pulled him down there. It's rough and tumble, this league, which is nice to see. It's nice to see. So, the free kick just played straight out there, past 2 Leicester City players. You're watching LTID TV. This is the Watchalong. 19 minutes gone. It's Sunderland 0, Leicester City 1. Jamie Vardy with the goal, heading it past the goalkeeper after Faz's header had been saved from a Kieran Dewsbury Hall free kick. And now there's a free kick to Sunderland, just inside their own half, taken quickly, but wasted because it got cut out by Chowdhury. He turns, ends up with Winks in the middle. He plays it over to Cody. Cody brings it forward. He'll bring it out to to Doyle, but he can't get it through. And Sunderland now got the ball. Bavadini's pressing him well, but he... Yeah, Damien, we do not put any scores in for those two teams. If you do, you're kicked out. We don't know what scores you're doing. So we have a no score under any circumstances rule. Crossed in, it's headed out by Leicester, but it's only as far as the Sunderland player. Haha, LCFC, really? Wow. Yes, they did indeed. And I think that had something to do with my Gary Lineker link. Nice to see you stuck with us, LCFC. Lorraine, hello, how are you? It's the Chris Roscoe show. Yeah, we still haven't got it clear, Leicester. Oh, I think it's going to be a corner. I'd like to get the record. Great. If you can, maybe once every 15 minutes, if that's okay, can you put a just a reminder in about no scores or spoilers? Doyle doesn't reach the free kick. Doesn't reach Doyle there. In fact, it reaches Enzo off the side of the pitch. Wow, that I can't believe it's a year ago. So Sunderland now. They kick it in. Oh, no. High, wide. And I've got to be honest with you, not very pretty. Still the only two goals in the game so far are Coventry and here at the... Is it the Stadium of Light we're at tonight? Oh, a bit of a Herberson played it out to one of the defenders that's not exactly clear, and it's coming back at us now with Sunderland. Oh, flag went up. It was lucky. It was a lovely bit of play by Sunderland, in fairness, but it was offside. Yes, it is the Stadium of Light. Cheers, Gray. It's just a reminder for everybody. In the second half, I'll probably put it across the bottom, but I've just got the team going over there at the moment. So thank you, Gray. Emerson now. Again, it goes out to Enzo. Enzo puts his arms up and says, what? You know, twice there, he's kicked it out. And you know, you're not supposed to play it to your manager, Mads. Throw into Leicester. Yeah, we get that. Enzo giving a big shout for it. He's done nothing wrong. Cody's done absolutely nothing wrong. He should have been playing against QPR, to be honest with you. So infield to Dewsbury Hall. He's looking for support. He goes back to Chowdhury. Chowdhury plays it out to Faz, who's closed down, but he manages to find Eunice. Back to Faz, and it'll probably go back to Hermanson. Yes, it does. Who's outside his area. Yeah, he's on the pitch. He's on the pitch. Jay, What did we just fucking say, you dickhead? Honestly, I just said do not put any scores up, and he goes like a dickhead that he is and puts a score in. Dan, you're a dickhead as well. Stop fucking putting scores in. What? Oh, I know. Have we got arseholes in here tonight, or what? Yeah, I got rid of them as well, Gray. And is it going to be a corner? Yes, it is. There's another corner. Can Leicester add something onto this now? So there's a corner now. 26 minutes gone. Oh, pushed out, punched out, but it's only as far as Eunice to Chowdhury. Oh, he has a second chance, but it doesn't work. So, still 0-0. Bear with me, guys. Just to let you know, guys, Jay and Dan, for breaking the rules, have been hidden on this channel. So they may well try and come back in when their timeout runs out. But nobody will see what they say because they've been banned. So they still think that they're commentating and then will wonder why they can't be seen because basically they're penis heads. And I appreciate it, Gray. And Scott, if he's in as well. Yeah, a bit of a stupid question, isn't it? Really? Mabadidi now. Oh, there's a free kick given against him. He wasn't happy with that. Coming up to the half-hour mark. I think he could have literally been in. Coventry, wow. Oh, hang on. It's just behind Eunice. And they try and get it away now, Sunderland. But they get a free kick. He was being tackled by two Leicester players. Coventry 3, Rotherham 0. Hull 1, Birmingham 0. Sunderland 0, Leicester 1. All the games are 0-0 apart from that, including Leeds and Ipswich games. Oh, well done. Well, Gray, I've hidden him anyway, so he can't come back in. I'm not messing about. Yeah, but no, if you time them out, that's great. And then what I do is I can go on and then hide them from the channel. And they then think, they just wonder why nobody's responding to what they're saying. So down the left-hand side here with Sunderland, still in possession. Chipped it into the box. Headed over. I haven't got it away yet, and it's still going to fall for a Sunderland player. It's head tennis there at the moment. Winks gets it down. Tawu back to Manson, who just hooks it over to. Oh, Doyle does very well there. Oh, unfortunately, Doyle couldn't keep it in. Doyle did well there. So Sunderland coming forward at the moment. Oh, an attempt there by Sunderland. But it's a good spell for Sunderland at the moment. So Manson plays it out here to Faz. We're into the last 15 minutes. Cody, push there, but he got the ball back to Mads. Let's hope he doesn't pass it to Enzo again. The Leicester just probably want. Oh, now it's a long ball forward from Mads to Manson. Vardy. Oh, he's given a free kick away, has Vardy. I don't know about that. It's a lovely long ball, just route one. But Mads Manson kicks the ball up. I think that was in Rodgers' day where we could have seen Daka at left back. Right. Oh, a long ball here for Sunderland, and he takes it well, chips it into the. Oh no, doesn't chip it into the box. Doyle gets in the way. It's not gone out. Oh, it had gone out. It's a throw into Sunderland on the near side. They play it back into their own half. 33 minutes gone. Oh, Winks, good challenge there. Chowdhury comes away. Oh, Dewsbury Hall. He fell over, but he got it to Dewsbury Hall. Mavrodini, can he get it across? Yes, he can. That was a good move there. That was unlucky for Leicester. Good counter-attack from Leicester there, and it's a throw into Leicester on this near side. Mavrodini lets it go out, and he's going to go for a corner. Mavrodini turns on the ball, chips it into the box. Oh, unlucky. Very crowded, that box. Sunderland are getting players back in numbers. They're still trying to play it out from the back at the moment, Sunderland, but they lose out here. Mavrodini doesn't quite. No, it doesn't come to Mavrodini. Tried to play it diagonally across the pitch, but it was intercepted and headed back to the goalkeeper. Yeah, Sunderland fans, and they've just said here on the commentary, Sunderland fans are starting to get a little bit restless. Jamie Vardy's having a very, very, very good game. I've got to say. Bit of injury now. I think one of the Sunderland players has been hit in the face. Richard, you're in Portland, mate. Down the road from me, I'm in Poole. Krista, hello there. How are you from America? How is Portland these days? I've only been there once. It was wet, cold, and miserable. Having said that, Bournemouth's a bit like that at the moment. Fellow Dorset Leicester fan, nice to have you in. Now, lovely ball through to Eunice, out to Fatawu on the far side. Does his jinx. Can he get into the box? Yes, he can. Plays it back to Chowdhury. Oh, Chowdhury plays it through. Wasn't particularly powerful or any power behind it, but the goalkeeper had to make the save. It was on target, which is something we've not been particularly brilliant at. Leeds have gone 1-0 up against Stoke. So Leeds are 1-0 up against Stoke. Hull are 1-0 up against Birmingham. Ipswich are still 0-0 with Bristol City. Oh, Faust, good defending there. Cody, Winks, Doyle will go back to Hermanson. 37 minutes on the clock. Can we make it to half time and keep it at 1-0? Chowdhury. Chowdhury's not having a bad game either. I know we questioned him at the start, but he's not having a bad game at all. Manson here just walking out with the ball, looking for options. He's going to be over the halfway line in a minute. Now he chips it forward, looking for Vardy's run. No, Fatawu runs for it though. Where's Vardy? Can't even see Vardy. To be honest, no. Where is I couldn't see Vardy then. Don't know where he was. Toronto, Canada. Jode, hello, how are you? Zambia, hello, Sunday, how you doing? Hayden's in as well, hello. Dewsbury Hall, was that a foul? I thought he took him from behind, but he gets away with it. Wakefield in Yorkshire. Played it back there for Fatawu, I think it was. Played it back to Hermanson. It hits his chest. He just takes it on the chest in defence and calmly plays it out to Cody. A free kick to Sunderland, literally on the halfway line. Richard, do you ever get over to Poole Bournemouth way? Bedfordshire. We're all over the place, and Jeff's in the Philippines. And I'm still waiting for my invitation. Oh, good header out there by Doyle, but it only goes as far as the Sunderland player, and he plays it back in. Oh, they can't get it away at the moment, Leicester, but possibly now they can. Vardy coming back there, and it's Mavadini running. He's got. Oh, that's good. No, that was a good tackle actually. That was a good. Oh, he stays down, but it was a good tackle from the Sunderland defender, and he had to be. Ipswich are 0-0. Sunderland now have it in the centre circle, coming forward. Cheers, Jeff. Funny that. Postman, I've not seen him for months and months and months. Jock Wallace, Jode. I remember Jock Wallace. That was my period. You must be about my age. So, 41 minutes. There's going to be a little bit of injury time. I don't think much. I'm guessing around 2 minutes. Chowdhury with the throw-in on the far side, midway in the Leicester half. Chowdhury, that was a good... That actually got to Winks. But it goes out and it's a Leicester throw. I was originally an Evington lad. Does anybody know Evington? Is it the Swan pub at the bottom of Downing Drive? Leicester, Sunderland coming away, sorry. Turns well, he's got space, the Sunderland player. Oh, went all the way through, but it was a little bit too hard and runs all the way through to Madsen Manson. Yeah, Gray. What I would say, Gray, is with your timeouts, just do them all for 24 hours, mate. If it's a spoiler, any spoiler, the timeout is 24 hours. Rojo, you were from Evington. Wow. Was it the Swan at the bottom of Downing Drive? Wow, Hextall Road. Alcester Drive and Downing and Davenport Road, me. Oh, good header out there by Cody. But a fast was fouled in the build-up. Wigston. My God, I'm feeling old now, hearing all these names. It is quite funny. What was it? What was the pub at the bottom of Downing Street, Downing Road, whatever, Downing Lane? I can't remember what it was. There was a row of shops. There was a paper shop. I think it's now a co-op. Nearly through for Patawu there. And there was a pub, and there was a big green opposite the shops. Oh, lovely. Well done, Vardy. Vardy out to Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Mavadidi's pointing for it, but Dewsbury Hall goes on. He crosses it over. Oh, and it's headed clear and out for a corner. We had Brian Little on the channel. Lively lady. Was that the one at the bottom of Downing Drive? That was it, Downing Drive. Lively lady. Next to the green, there's a green, or used to be a green there that you could go and play on. Put your foot in dog shit. The Daniel Lambert, yes, that was at the bottom of Davenport Road. Everybody saying lively lady, so. Oh, all the way through from the corner. Oh, and a header in there. Not sure who it was from, but it was straight at the goalkeeper, who throws it out quickly on the far side. And he ran for it there, but he was outrun. Eunice there, it was great defending. 2 minutes. 2 minutes of stoppage time. No, Bobby wasn't. I'm sorry. He stuck with us for a few seasons, and he went to his club. If he was a Judas, Martin O'Neill was a Judas. I don't blame any manager for leaving for their home team, if you like, the team they've always supported. The Cedars, yep. And there's a row of shops opposite that, next to a church as well. I do remember the Cedars. Had a few good nights in there. Yvonne in Dublin, I don't know, you've done it if you're watching. Have a Guinness on us. How are you, Yvonne? Well, I hope. Richard's sister, you have our sympathy. So it's in the centre now. Cody will just play it back. No, he won't play it back to Manson. Yes, he will play it back to Manson. Daniel Lambert, that was at the bottom of Davenport Road, wasn't it? Oh, Dewsbury Hall, well done. Oh, that wasn't a foul, but, well, Sunderland player's gone down. The referee's given it. Used to do me paper round all down there. You've got me feeling very nostalgic now, guys. Right, the 2 minutes are up. The referee has blown the whistle, and that is half time. And I will be back because I need to go and water the plants. I'm very, very, really like to look after my plants. Yeah, the ATC, that was down there, I think, as well. Anyway, I'm going to go water the plants. I will be back in the not too distant future. Do stick with us. We'll be back, hopefully, with Kate and Brad. Don't touch that dial.
is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong Show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will.
Chris does it 3 hours a day,
Wanna do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you
I love it.
on the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, look at that. Let me just get rid of that because I'm covering myself up.
No, keep it there. Keep it there.
There, you look very pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're highlighting all your
We
best
can like, we
features.
can share, and we can subscribe you. Which one are we going to pick, Brad?
Well,
I think we'll
whatever
go
mood
for,
you're
I
in,
think we'll
Kate.
go for the likes
Whatever
now
mood
and
you're
build
in.
it from there, Kate. Next time it
Just to
happens, you might subscribe.
quickly run through the half times. It's Blackburn 0, Millwall 0. Coventry getting another open top bus tour ready because they're 4-0 up at home to Rotherham. Hull 1, Birmingham 0. Leeds are leading Stoke 1-0. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Plymouth 0. Sunderland 0, Leicester City 1, of course. And Bristol are doing us proud. They've only been playing 37 minutes, though, because they kicked off at 8. It's Ipswich 0, Bristol City 0. Kate, let's come to you first. That was better, wasn't it?
Yeah, first 15 or so, we came out the block sprinting, didn't we? It's sort of tapered down a bit, the second part of that half, which I don't like to see. It makes me nervous. But, yeah, I mean, created some golden chances again, which weren't buried, but we're ahead. I think we're playing well, and we certainly look up for it today. There's quite a lot of aggression there, which is, I think, why we've got Vardy on the pitch. Some of that aggression is leading from the front in that regard.
It is. Let's go through the half, Brad, and we'll start with 3 minutes in. I thought, here we go, 20 passes, and we hadn't got out our own defence.
Yeah, which is by the by with Leicester, isn't it? They're notorious slow starters to every game, even a game that ends up being a fast-tempoed one. We usually like to just get our feet on the ground and just get some passes under our, passes around, get us all nice and settled in so we can rub around together and keep warm in the crowd while we watch pass it around. But after that, Chris, they got the ball moving absolutely brilliantly, really disrupted whatever Sunderland's game plan was up until that goal, because the second that goal went in, the game completely changed in its own right, didn't it? It was weird after that first 15 minutes.
He did. Kate, do you know Richard Gray at all?
Richard Gray? I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll time him out then. Richard, keep your comments to yourself. Kate comes in here and she doesn't need you saying that she's your ideal woman, so you can have a timeout. As ideal as she is, but before the goal went in, and it was an early goal on 30 minutes, there was a couple of chances, Kate. Mavididi from Vardy. Vardy passed it to Mavididi, runs into the box, tries to pass it, and it seems to go behind a couple of players. But suddenly you're thinking, oh, this could be our night. And then literally a couple of minutes after that, Dewsbury Hall to Vardy. He kicks it or heads it at the goalkeeper, or kicks it at the goalkeeper. And Eunice says, well, if you can do that, I can do that. We could have been 2-0 up within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, some really, a couple of golden chances there. Not quite sure why Mavididi didn't just take the strike. He got himself into a really good position. I'm not sure why he didn't take the strike, and the pass back was quite poor. But yeah, we're getting there. Vardy needed to do better with his first attempt. And I thought Eunice had so much time. He could have brought it down, called his mum, and still had a chance to get a shot away, and he just fluffed it. But we're ahead. It will give a bit of confidence. The halftime team talk will be interesting. Like we said, I think we've got enough on the bench to bring some other options on this half.
I'm going to come to you in a second, Brad, because I want to talk Hermansson. But do you think it's a case of, I'm just watching that particular move again on the replay. Do you think that, the pressure's probably not the right word, but do you think, the whole thing about, we were down to sort of just 3 points. I think that's all getting to the players.
It's obviously going to be on their minds. They wouldn't be human if it wasn't. But I think there is a tendency to then try too hard, like over hit, and just relax into it a bit. Just try and relax into it. You can do this. Sunderland are a very different outfit to the one we saw at the King Power for sure. And our chance came and we took it eventually. So we just need to relax a bit. Sometimes you can try too hard and force it and it doesn't quite happen. So just trust yourselves and it will happen.
Brad, explain to me, because you were in the goalkeepers union, you used to be a goalkeeper, I believe. I may have that wrong, but I believe you used to be a goalkeeper. You've told me.
The rumours are out. Yeah, the rumours
are out there. At what part of the goalkeeper's handbook does it say the best thing you can do with a pass is to play it out to the manager who's in his technical area?
Well, he said we. It's whatever, isn't it? It's almost like someone said to him, "Here, watch these videos of Casper and learn something from it." And unfortunately, all he took from the highlights pack was just kicking it out of play.
The same place every single time.
I mean, Kate, it does take actual. I'm actually almost impressed with how many times he managed to inch perfectly put it out of play in the exact same spot.
I counted 3 times it went to Enzo, and I think after the second one, what fooled Mads was that Enzo went like that, and I think Mads thought he wanted the ball.
Yeah, he must have thought. He was told to. He's been told to pass it into space, and who freer than Enzo? I guess never marked the full 90 minutes. So it is a bizarre one. Although saving grace, Chris, if you want to, I'd rather hear him panic and get it wrong and kick it out there. Than I would have him get it wrong and kick it so hard at Winks that it bounced to one Sunderland player and he gets a shot away.
It's only done that once.
Positives, I guess.
Yes. He's only done that once that's worried me. First 16 minutes, we'd had 5 shots on target. And I'm like, wow, actually getting shots on target. What the hell is this, Leicester? But Kate took me through the goal. Vardy, you just can't write him off, can you?
You cannot write him off. He's just so tenacious. That's what I mean. The attitude and approach that he brings to games, and it really lifts our spirits and lifts our aggression and determination to just get it over the line. Great goal. Good for him, because I felt like the first attempt I'm surprised we didn't see him punch himself in the face for that first one that he missed. So we'll be glad to get that back on the score sheet. And he just loves scoring, doesn't he? So hopefully it's the sign of things to come in the next half. We'll probably see a change at 60 or so, I would think, as usual. But he'll be itching to get another before that.
It'll be interesting to see if the love child comes on or if Daka comes on. But Sunderland did kind of get back into it, Brad.
They did. But like I said, the goal just seemed to completely disrupt both teams a little bit, because Sunderland suddenly weren't up for the fight. That crowd was painted with silence and frustration pretty much after Leicester's goal. They weren't very passive, Sunderland. It kind of threw Leicester off a bit, because Sunderland have been trying to match some pace for that first 15 minutes, and the inevitable seemed to happen. We took the lead, and then they've just reverted back to the frustrating football that's seen them lose 4-abouts before tonight's game. And in a weird sense, when Leicester don't have someone pressing them and making them make these fancy little passes, it can get a little bit worrying that 1-0's not enough, and we start getting a little bit twitchy watching it, because it's like, this is great, but we know what happens. We need Leicester to score a second, please. And when teams sit behind the ball, this is when we've got to be a bit more patient. But it's affecting the crowd. They're a lot more frustrated than
they are. And I've got to say, I'm a little bit. Whilst I want a second goal, I want a second and third. Then you don't get the 3 points for predicting the score right. But at the moment, Kate's spot on. But Kate,
I don't want to be spot on, though. I don't want to be spot on.
No. A gap would be nice. I mean, Matt did have to make a save in that game, but you can tell, and I can hear, and I suppose you guys can as well, the Sunderland fans, again, a little bit restless towards the end of that half.
Yeah, they were getting a little bit restless. I I think it's just a bit nervy all round for probably both sets of fans, to be honest, because we've not looked dodgy at the back or anything like that, but there is a nervousness about it. And, you know, Sunderland have had some chances in their own box. It's kind of always been well defended by us, but the threat has been there. So it's not a done deal by any means. And I think, like I say, it's a very different Sunderland to what we saw a few months back. And I can understand their fans' frustration because it's not been going well for them. There's not many there tonight by the looks either, is there? They're far from a full house.
No. Well, they did say, the
telling.
guy in the preview, didn't he, Brad, did say that a lot of the fans were trying to get a thing going up on social media about not going as a protest about what's happening at the thing. But yeah, can I just say to Krista, what you don't know is that Kate and Brad are actually in the same room. They've just got separate cameras on. It's all one background.
She's hiding well. She's hiding well from me.
I'll do that. That breaks it all.
There you go. Separate us now.
You two need to get a room if you get that. Throw you in a room. That's the problem. Any half-time substitutions, Brad?
No, keep it as it is. I think you've got to go at them for another 60 minutes.
I will leave it there because we're about to kick off. We're back out. So I'll see you both hopefully at full time. Thanks very much.
See you later.
Take care. Bye-bye. So here we go. Sunderland going to take the kick-off. And there we go. So we kicked off for the second half. Sunderland are in their red and white, as you would expect. And kicking now from right to left. Leicester all in blue, kicking left to right. There are a lot of empty seats. The guy from Sunderland, from the Roker Report, did say that they were trying to do something about not getting fans not to go to the match or something, which I didn't quite, understand. I mean, it's a big support they have at that club. They're a big club support-wise. Leicester coming forward there with Mavididi, but it's out and he gets a throw in. So it's 1-0. Richard, thank you very much, mate. Just seeing your comment. Thank you very much. Sunderland, though, coming forward, breaking away. Leicester getting players back now in numbers. Good tackle there by KDH. Sunderland fans shouting. It's a little bit messy at the moment. Yeah, he's not kicking it out to Enzo anymore. So we're on 75 likes. Can we get up to the 100 by the end of the half? So we just need 25 more likes to get up to the 100. So it's Winks trying to clear it, couldn't. Sunderland still coming forward. I always worry about Leicester at the start of the second half. We always do seem to not be very good at starting the second half. And we have only that one goal, remember. Thank you to everybody who subbed tonight. Really do appreciate it. So Sunderland now playing it out to this near side. He's got some space. Oh, Eunice he's kept it in play, and now he gets the throw in. But it's still Ipswich. Well, at half time now between Ipswich and Bristol City, it's still 0-0. Coventry haven't scored any more yet. It says, let me just refresh. No, it's still 4-0 there. We could do with a second. We just need to put this game to bed. I don't feel happy at 1-0. I don't know about anybody else. It's a lovely ball, a long ball by Chowdhury, but it's headed clear, but then headed back at them by Winks, I think it was. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, he tries to turn and he loses out. Hume playing for Sunderland. Of course, we had Ian Hume playing for us, and he again is somebody else that we've done an interview with on the channel. Leicester throw on the far side, just about equal with our penalty box. You know what, our wingers do put their stint in when it comes to defending. Doyle scoops the ball up, goes into the Sunderland half. Surely he's not going to play that back. Yes, he is going to play that back to the goalkeeper. He had options either side of him, the Sunderland defender, and he played it back to the goalkeeper. Throw into Sunderland, just in front of Enzo. 81 likes. Thank you very, very much. Sure, Gray's going to keep an eye on that for me. So Winks, Faz plays back it to Cody, gets it back to Faz. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to update something here. So Faz runs forward into the Sunderland half. Doyle out to Mavadidi, who's tackled, but he gets the throw in. Oh, I'm just trying to find somebody here. Dewsbury gets a free kick. So 53 minutes gone. A little bit of Sunderland pressure over. Perhaps gives the ball away. Oh, Fatawu, that was lovely. That's a booking. Yep, first booking of the night. Foul on Eunice there, and it was a foul. It was deserving of the booking. Throw in for Sunderland. Plays it through. Oh, Cody just not sure what's happening there. The referee, I think he wants it taken again. And there's a change coming for Sunderland. There's a throw in on the far side. Doyle gets a good tackle in there. Oh, double change coming for Sunderland here. Let's hope it doesn't have the same effect as the QPR did when they made their substitutions. Yeah, good free kick position here for Sunderland. 85 likes now, guys. Thank you very much. No, my clock isn't fast, David, but everybody's on different times depending how you are streaming the game. My clock is matching exactly the time on my screen, but my screen may be different. I can actually watch two TVs on the same channel in two different rooms. Oh, Hermanson collects that free kick very easily. I can watch watch the same channel on Freeview in my bedroom, and it's a completely different time to Freeview in my lounge. So explain that one. So yeah, technically not fast, but it might be fast to you, David. Now Faz, lovely ball through for Vardy, but no, it's cut out there by the Sunderland defender. We do need a second goal, but Doyle breaks down. Oh, lovely ball there though from Doyle. Dewsbury Hall gets there right in the corner. Mavadidi now. Winks. Doyle. KDH. Just playing about in that corner. Now it comes back to Winks turns around and plays it forward. But we are very much now. We have the advantage there, but we've lost it as it comes back literally to Cody on the halfway line. Fatawu here. Oh, he's being pulled back. Surely a free kick. Yes. I think the Sunderland man there, I think, was taking one for his team. He didn't get a yellow card, but he risked it. So can Leicester get another goal before they make the changes? Quick free kick for Tawu. Oh, Blazer whips a lovely ball in. The free kick was taken quickly. Played it down to Fatawu, who crossed it in from the right-hand side. It was a lovely left-footed cross in, but he evaded everybody. Oh. Maybe if Doyle had just committed himself a little bit more. So a couple of substitutions here coming for Sunderland. On the 59-minute mark here. So 2 substitutions for Sunderland. I'll confirm what they are as soon as they bring it up on the screen. Which they're still not doing. So there we go. So Sunderland breaking down this near side. Will that double substitution give Sunderland a bit of a boost? Oh, Bard just kicks it into the box, and that is high and wide. So how will Enzo respond to that double substitution? Remember what happened when QPR made the substitution? So for Sunderland, we got Vardy was through there, but the Sunderland player went down. I think let's have a look at that. Chowdhury with a lovely ball over the top. Oh, that was Vardy. You know when he goes in and I don't know if you can see when he goes like that and he shoves into the player. He used to get away with that. Remember Man United 5-3? It was like that, but the referee gave a foul. Anyway, Leicester got it back. So Archui is on for Ekwar and Mundell replaces Samido. Plenty of space here for Sunderland on the left. Oh, he gets a good saving tackle. Well, not saving tackle, saving foot in the way there, Faz, and it goes out for a corner. Yeah, Vardy used to get away with that. Do you remember? I remember that Man United game. Blackett. Was it Blackett? It's another corner now for Sunderland on the other side. 2 quick corners on either side. Because he did it against, was it against Blackett? I'm not sure, but it was against the Man United defender. Vardy did it. It was allowed to go on, and then the Man United defender went and did it to him in the penalty box, so we got a penalty. Yeah, Winks has got a couple of silly ones, Phil. Oh, Faz clears the corner there. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, indeed. I think you're allowed 10, are you? So I think he should be all right for the game today if he gets a yellow. I think. Sunderland now. I'm enjoying a good spell at the moment, but he loses control and it just runs through to Hermansen, who picks it up. Blackburn 1, Millwall 1. Coventry 4, Rotherham 0. Hull 1, Birmingham 0. Leeds 1, Stoke 0. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Plymouth 0. Sheffield Wednesday really are giving it a good go to try and stay in the division. Sunderland 0, Leicester 1, and Ipswich 0, Bristol City 0. Don't forget the Ipswich game kicked off at 8 o'clock. You sure, Phil? I thought so. I think Vestergaard got 10 and has been banned for 2 games. Anyway, Sunderland coming away down this near side. Far side, Oh my God! Wow! 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 Number 70 for Sunderland. What a save from Hermanson. Is that 40 odd yards out? Mads, brilliant save onto the bar. That was an effort. Must have been about 30 yards out, that I reckon. So Stoke are still in it away at Leeds. So it's all about Manson here, who literally is halfway up the field. Certainly halfway up the Leicester half. The ball goes over the top, but it's headed out by the Sunderland defender. Near side throw to Leicester. You could be right then, Phil. You could be right. Yeah, VAR. I mean, once you get 10, surely then it should be clear and you go back to 0. I don't know. Chowdhury there tries to run down this near side, but gets another throw in. Picks the ball up. 65 minutes gone. Doesn't look. I can't see anybody's warming up for Leicester. But we are at the other end of the pitch at the moment. Eunice, oh, shot. Well, he's trying to claim a deflection, Eunice. I don't think. Well, he didn't get it, and I don't think it was a deflection. Phil, I mean, like I say, Phil, who knows with football these days? It changes. It changes all the time. So Sunderland coming forward again. At the Wolves, he's got all the space in the world to cross the ball. The Sunderland player on this side. Oh, he kept it in. Fair play. Sunderland throw on the near side. He had the freedom of the stadium of light there, the Sunderland player. And we've not got it away. Oh, thankfully the cross into the box along the ground, but it was behind the Sunderland players. But they've still got it. They're the team most likely at the moment, I'm afraid, guys. Mavridi's down. Sunderland coming away again. Oh, and there's a shot, but again, high wide. Vardy as captain is speaking to the ref. Chowdhury ran a long way there, and Vardy's telling him to go away. I think he's trying to have a word with the referee, but when Vardy's there, what's the point, Hamza? What is the point? Mavridini, he is up. Oh. Emerson booked for time wasting. Emerson gives. Oh, he got away with that. Oh, referee, come on. There's an obvious foul on the Leicester guy. He didn't give it, and then he's straight away you give a foul to Sunderland. What the hell? Oh. Eunice gets plays it off. Well, good defending Eunice there, and gets the throw in. Now the Sunderland fans are waking up. Come on, Leicester. So Sunderland on the halfway line. Just turning around, back in their own half now, Sunderland. Leicester don't look like getting a second at the moment. So still with Sunderland. Sunderland getting the majority of the possession as well. Those double substitution looks to have done all right for Sunderland, to be honest with you. A second goal would be nice. Oh, referee. 45% possession, Sunderland, 55 Leicester, 7 shots, Sunderland, 10 to Leicester. So it's gone very quiet for Leicester this second half. Will there be a game when we actually play for 90 minutes again, do you think? I know we didn't do too badly against Stoke, but come on. You could be right, Jeff. $97 likes, thank you very much. Indeedy is warming up. Oh, lovely ball through by Sunderland, but the guy sliding to try and get hold of it, just couldn't get on the end of it. It's out for a goal kick. The first half was all right, Simon. We just need to learn to kill games off, and we're not Simon at the moment. Indeedy, Eunice is off. Indeedy is on. So we've got Indeedy back on the pitch. Now, I'm a bit worried that we're all going to go, oh, come on, we got him back on. 101 likes. Thank you very much. Thank you so very, very much, guys. Whew. Anybody else nervous? Oh. Herman, to talk to each other, guys. Talk. Hermanson and the defender mixing it up. At the moment, it's all Sunderland. Yeah, that could have been a penalty. Oh, shot, but yeah, taken by Mads there. Yeah, I think you're right, Keith and Phil. I know that feeling. Now, Dewsbury Hall, ball over the top to Dewsbury Hall. Can he get the cross in? Oh, it's absolutely awful cross. Awful cross. What is wrong with KDH at the moment? Need. Paul, he's got that old experienced head, hasn't he? Throw in for Sunderland on the far side. Like I say, at the moment, it is all Sunderland. 101 likes. Let's just get a few more likes. 174 of us in the chat. Please hit that like button. Let's get it up from 101. It's not very nice. It's just one over. It's a little bit. Leicester got a free kick. Mr. Ref. So somebody else is warming up. Didn't see who it was. Cody with the ball in the centre circle. Oh, Doyle, lovely turn. Oh, can't quite find Vardy. $107. Guys, you're brilliant. Thank you for your support. Chowdhury defending well there. And it's then passed back to Hermanson. Oh, Chowdhury is... he's hobbling. He was calling for the ball, though. Nielsen taking advantage of Chowdhury maybe not being able to run properly. Oh, Fatawu, lovely challenge. Indeed, back to Chowdhury, back to Ndidi. Fatawu boots it into the centre, but it's only as far as a Sunderland player. They're attacking now in numbers, Sunderland. They've got a lot of players in the box. Comes out, somehow Cody gets it out. It's all Sunderland. It is all Sunderland at the moment. We've let them in. We've let them back into this game. Tawu with a flying header, defensive header. With a free kick to Leicester inside our own half. We'll take that just to try and sort of calm things down a little bit. Bristol City are beating Ipswich, everybody. Ipswich 0, Bristol City 1. 60 minutes gone in that game. Iheanacho is coming on. Brad, are you watching, Brad? Bradley, are you watching? For you, Brad. Just for that. That's just for you, Brad. Fans are all singing for Vardy, but Bristol. So just in that, just looked up then. The ball was in the net, but they were just replaying Vardy's goal. My God, did I shit myself then? Chowdhury captain. The commentator just said Fatawa has probably been Leicester's best defensive player. He actually is probably not wrong. So Bristol City winning. As it stands at the moment, if Leicester can hold on, we are 5 points clear of Leeds, who are in second. Ipswich, we are 6 points clear of. Is that right? Yes, because of course we were 3 before. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh. Mad save. But it's just Sunderland. Free kick to Sunderland, literally on the edge of the area. That was a good save from him, Madsen. Why do we let teams back into these games? Ten minutes to go. This would be so Leicester, wouldn't it? Over the wall, over the crossbar. Thank God. I couldn't look then. Two more Sunderland subs. Oh, come on, Leicester, please. Is really, honestly, stays like this, I want to go and buy a dog. Ipswich have equalised against Bristol City. Didn't you just fucking know it? What is it with Ipswich? Do they show off? Do they like to give teams a bit of a lead and then say, now we're going to come back at you? Ipswich won, Bristol City won. Oh, what a breakaway there. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall out to Mavididi. Mavididi tries to catch it. I think we've got a corner, I'm not sure. 83 minutes gone. But we just broke away there. We've still got that in our... Did we get a corner? Yes, we did. It was a corner. It was a short one taken. Dewsbury-Hall's got the ball now. And he goes all the way back to the halfway line. Dewsbury-Hall, Cody, Ndidi. Not really made a lot of difference since he came on. Leicester free kick. Mavididi on the edge of the box, looking for support. He's got it from Winks to Chowdhury. Iheanacho, Chowdhury, Mavididi, Iheanacho. This is nice playing, but Iheanacho gives it away. What the fuck's the point? Sunderland free kick. Chowdhury gives the foul away. So Justin coming on. Justin on for Fatawu. So well, I would say a defensive substitution, but Fatawu has been probably our best defender. 190 of you in. 113 likes. Thank you very, very much, guys. 112 likes. Somebody's unliked. Like it back again. Oh, now we're back up to 113. Thank you. So Justin is on. Fatawu is off. In fairness, Fatawu is probably tired. Oh, Dewsbury Hall was challenged, but he gets it back. Oh. I don't know what's going on there. A flat ball. And let's be honest with you, nobody wants a flat ball, do they? $116 likes, guys. Thank you so very, very much. A free kick to Leicester. We're in the last 4 minutes. I'm worried about how much injury time there's going to be, or stoppage time as they call it now. Yeah, that was a free kick. Yeah, fair play to the ref. He would have given that the other way, so he has given the free kick to Leicester. Thank you to everybody that has subbed today as well. Really do appreciate it. He's going forward, Chowdhury, but he got challenged. And now can Sunderland breaking away down this left-hand side. Oh, it's a lovely ball there by the Sunderland player. Sunderland got the space here on this near side. I literally... No. Sunderland corner. Come on, guys. Ugh. Dewsbury Hall got it on the far side. He just boots it up into the Sunderland half. That's what we need to do. 88 minutes. Don't know why I'm looking at the TV screen, which is small. I've got it there, which is big. Stefan, we're making hard work of it. We are making hard work of it. But if we can hold on, and if we can get this one, who got booked then? Indeedy. Yes, indeed he got booked. I daren't look. I daren't look. Hope you well, Stefan. Oh, Hermerson saves the free kick. Four minutes. I mean, what we just, oh, God. Oh, my fucking God. Hermanson just drops onto it. I don't believe it. Simon is a pastor. You better be praying, mate. You better be bloody praying. Oh. Hermanson kicks it all the way upfield, but it's headed back by Sunderland. Now Leicester, can they? Winks, he falls over. Oh. Sunderland throw. 3 minutes left. Birmingham have equalised against Hull. Leeds still 1-0. Ipswich 1-1. 14 shots for Sunderland, 10 for Leicester. They've overtaken us. It's on the screen, Spencer, mate. Oh, free kick to Leicester for offside. Thank God. Yeah, why are Ipswich on telly or something? Why the hell are they kicking off at 8 o'clock? Sunderland throw in from Hermanson's clearance, but it was in their own half. It was right up the other end. They're just booting it high now. Coming up to the 93rd minute. Now we've got 1 minute. We've got 1 minute to hold on. Thank you, Awoken. Oh, what? A tale of two halves. Tell you what, in this second half, if you were watching this and you didn't know, would you know Leicester were... Oh. Who's top of the league if you were watching this? Oh. No! Wow! Penalty shout there for Sunderland. Awoken, read what it says across the bottom, mate. David. There! Yes! Not convincing. Not convincing at all. But who cares? We won. Fucking hell.
Oh, God. Oh, I'll have what she's having.
Yeah, indeed. Let's just go through. It's full time. Blackburn 1, Millwall 1. Coventry got a 5th against Rotherham. That will do their chances no good. Chances are good with their goal difference good. Hull 1, Birmingham 1. Leeds 1, Stoke 0. Sheffield, these aren't full times at the moment. There's just the Sunderland Leicester game, the Blackburn, Millwall, and the Hull Birmingham. Hull and Birmingham's finished 1-1. Bristol City 2, Ipswich 1. Ipswich 1, Bristol City 2. They've done it again. Bristol City have gone into the lead. Can Bristol City hold on? There's 13 minutes to go in that game. Sunderland have lost a 5th on a trot. Look, at the end of the day, it wasn't pretty. Who cares? Wow, we have won, everybody. We have won. Right, let's... Whoa. Right, let's get rid of some of these things here. We needed that so much. We so needed that. Full time, Sunderland 0, Leicester City 1. Leeds and Stoke are still playing. Ipswich are back down to 75 points. The result more important than the performance, I think you'll agree. We got 3 points. Kate got it dead on. Oh, let's just get some of your comments here. We have to hang on there. Best ref in the world, indeed. Would that have been given in the Premier League with VAR? Who knows? 3 more points. I hope that was not a too early king there. Does anybody know? If it is, we'll have to ban him. Look, great. It wasn't about the performance. I know what you're saying, but it wasn't about the performance tonight. It was about the result. Simon Lawton, get in. Hey, Simon, thank your boss. Thank your boss. Vardy's smiling. And why not? Change underwear, yes. Who cares? We have the 3 points. Finally, it should be better. We won pathetic performance, 4 out of 10. We did, but look, the end justifies the means. It was about the result tonight. It was about the result. A battling win. We were up against a team that had lost 4 in a row and that were going to be coming at us. I know. Oh, Ipswich have equalised. Ipswich have fucking equalised again. What the hell is it with Ipswich? Will you just fuck off and die? Please. Matthew, thank you so very much, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Stuart, what do we say about all the best, Phil? Stuart, you've been warned, mate. Come on. Yeah, you could say they deserved the point, but look, like I said, it was all about the performance. We didn't play well at all. Does anybody know if that King Wookie said that before it was announced? Stefan, what do we say about scores? "25 minutes of domination and then hold your breath for 70." That's 90. Oh yeah, 95 minutes. I get what you I had to think a minute then, Russ. Ipswich make me piss boil. I know. My prediction was wrong, but who cares? Look, who cares about the prediction? We got 3 points. A win is a win. We'll be okay. Yes, we will. I agree with Chris. Well done, LCFC. And then I left to take trash out. So happy, go Foxes. Would rather it's. I know what you're saying, but I think Leeds will. Unfortunately, I think Leeds will. But look, guys, the Ipswich Leeds game is still going on. I've just timed out 2 people. If you want to put the Ipswich score in, fine. I am in the mood to ban people, like I say, permanently, not just on a timeout. But there we go. Look, that's what the score is. Let's bring Bradders in. Bradders, wow. I mean, how many pairs of underpants have you changed?
Not that many, actually. Probably 2, I'd say, max. Look.
I mean, look, that second half, I've run tale of 2 halves. Who was top of the league? If you tuned in and were watching that, who would you say was top of the league? Sunderland. They outplayed us, but they were fighting for their lives. They haven't won in 4.
They didn't outplay us at all in that second half.
Sorry?
They didn't outplay us at all in that second half.
We were rubbish in the second half.
No, we weren't rubbish. That's a mile off where we were.
No, it wasn't. We did nothing but defend.
Yeah, resolutely. We kept them from long ranges.
But we were offering nothing going forward. So if you think so, are you saying then that sitting back and defending for 45 minutes is us playing well?
Did we win the game? Did we win the game?
We won the game, and
did we keep the majority? Did we keep them at bay? Did they have any real clear-cut opportunities?
There was times we didn't. We were lucky.
Did they have any real clear-cut opportunities? They had some great long-range efforts, which I out of my mouth, but
on that game, they had 15 shots. We had 10. 5 on target for them, 6 for us. Complete turnaround in that second half.
Yeah, but that was necessarily going to happen.
Leicester
did play the occasion, Chris, and I will admit, I do get why you're also angry, and I do really get it. And it's weird that I've kind of come in defending
not angry.
it. Well, you're disappointed in the fact that we seem to just go into a defensive mode, and I get it. But whether we're first or you're 19th, when you're in bad form, I expected this, Chris, and that's why I was so in with, I don't care how we get it done as long as we get it done. Did we offer much going forward? No. Was it a contrast to the first half? Yes. But what we did right, we actually did fairly comfortably, apart from a few heart in mouths, long ranges. That was a great touch onto the bar, and a one that was half decent. I don't actually remember us having too much to deal with from Sunderland. What we did have to deal with, we deal with the majority well, and sometimes you got to win hook and by crook.
Yeah,
Chris,
and I've written here, and I don't know if you can see my notes there.
I've got a camera in your house. That's why I keep guessing what you're going to say.
And I said there, not pretty. Who cares? Point. Result more important than performance. So I'm agreeing 100% with you, but we can't. If they'd have got a goal, we're in a lot better position than we were obviously pre-game. That gap's appeared again, and we're back up to 5 points now. But we should have killed the game off, and it was a tale of two halves. We were decent in the first half. We controlled the first half. In the second, how I don't think we were in their half more than 15 minutes for the whole of that second half. They were the better side in the second half.
Yeah, but they Leicester weren't a million miles behind them, to be honest with you. Yes, Sunderland had the better created chances, but like I said, I can't remember a goal mouth scramble that I didn't see Leicester in commanding. Yes, they got the ball into the box, but it was a blue shirt on everything, Chris, by a mile. Sometimes there was no red and white shirts around some of Cody's headed clearances because we had them done. And sometimes, Chris, you know what? Like I said, doesn't matter where you're on the league, doesn't matter how good you've been going. Sometimes you've got to snuff these games out. I look down at the results, Chris, and we're going into this last quarter of the season. Do you think Leeds fans really give a stuff that they've only beaten Stoke by the same scoreline?
No, I'm not saying, but what I'm talking about the whole
I get
game.
where you're coming from.
I don't know how well they played. What I'm saying is that 1-0. Look, do you remember the Leeds game?
Yes.
What happened with their two goals? The second and third goals. They were deflected in. There were shots into the box that were deflected in. We got lucky tonight. Sunderland again shot some really balls over. They had 15 shots to our 10, 5 on target to our 6. I mean, pretty much the same.
We could do a match review.
Was not good.
I think it was because I actually think we controlled the possession. I think we controlled the ball, and again, for all the balls into the box.
I just say, Bryant, I will say this to you now. You go and fuck off then. I didn't ask you to come on here. You came on here. Don't like it. Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's no need to come in and just completely be like that. You can say you come in and disagree with us. That's absolutely fine. Me and Chris aren't getting on with the performance tonight. I think it's been a defensive and fairly sound one with a few scary moments. And I get that people want us to kill it off because we're in a bad run. We want to be able to sit through our last 20 minutes and go, oh, yeah, it's 2-0. Football is won on the biggest statistic of all, the one that's right above our heads. And I would admit, apart from when it must be in the Bellingham blood, when he had a few shots, my heart wasn't really in my mouth at anything Sunderland were doing because we just looked confident at seeing everything out. That is a stark contrast for me, considering the job they do. I mean, you'll ask me this near the end, but the defending was resolute from all round. We had 7 or 8 good performances in that team, and one very obvious standout one. But at the end of the day, look, I know fans would want us to go 2-0 and go to the juggler. I understand that we want to see us be potent against this team. But tonight, every single one of you, even if you're not happy with that performance in the second half and feel we got away with it, can't tell me you wouldn't have taken it at the start. And for me, the fact that they concentrated for 90 minutes, take us back, Chris. I'd rather see us defend like that than play like we did against Birmingham and Millwall, where we gave away late goals that nearly cost us. That's my way of thinking on it, Chris. And that's why I think in that perspective, we actually played really well. But I do understand where the criticism comes that we shouldn't necessarily, we are top of the league. Maybe we should be trying to go at these teams, but that's what's been backfiring recently when we've tried that.
Yeah. And no, I mean, look, I'm, a lot of what I'm saying is to play devil's advocate. And like I say, I have written here, and I said this at the end, not pretty, who cares? The result more important than the performance. And I stand by that. Yes, it is. However, we got away with it. We were, and I don't care if, like I say, if that goal, like you said, had gone in off Vardy's arse, we got the 3 points. That was what was important. But we have to start to learn. And Sunderland are scrapping. They've now lost 5 in a row. So they were really, really scrapping out there today.
Yeah, they were.
And what I'm saying is, when you looked at that just at the second half, I would have struggled if I was a neutral that was coming in to see who was the top of the league and who wasn't.
Yeah, but I don't think it was a complete contrast as they looked like they were first in the league. I think it felt like a mid-table scrap in a weird way because both teams showed their lack of confidence at that point, given both teams' current form. Because again, it doesn't really matter where you are in the league. Pressure is pressure. There's pressure on Leicester at the moment. Oh, do you want the update in the other game?
Have Ipswich won?
It's just gone 3-2.
What the fuck are Ipswich doing? Will they just lay over and die?
No, apparently they won't. But it makes it even more vital. So I'm even more happy that whether we like to see it or not, and I didn't, because I felt like you. I understand your point that it's edgy, and it's even it feels even more because our situation 1-0 makes any game nervy. Even if they only have one chance, you feel nervous for the next 5 minutes because it's only 1-0, and you get and they gave us reminders that it was only 1-0 with the chances they created. And what I will say to Sunderland, because I don't like it. I didn't really like it that there was much of a suggestion that when we lost QPR on Saturday, it was because we were really bad. It wasn't QPR were good and stuck to a game plan. Sunderland lost tonight. They definitely just need a manager that can guide them in the pressing football. Because you saw at times, Chris, when I will agree with you, that I just saw a comment there that's just thrown me off. That if Sunderland have a manager that maybe lets them be a bit more free and not always retracting and defending, they might not struggle come the end of the season. That's just from what I saw from a perspective of trying to watch the game as I was analysing it. So for me as well, riding that momentum that a crowd of 10,000 by the looks of things in the seats, the way they flooded out for a bit, you've got to give a little bit of credit to them. They're actually able to rally a bit of response because Leicester did show their frailties with their confidence. So I'm glad we got it over the line, especially knowing that unfortunately Ipswich and Leeds managed to looks like eke out 3 points as well.
Yeah. I mean, Luke's just said here, and I've just banned somebody else. There are no scores in the chat. What is it that people are too thick to understand? Really? At the end of the day, you just do not put any scores in. It's not rocket science, guys. I know sometimes, that people have said Leicester sometimes got some of the thickest fans. Maybe we have. You do not put scores in the chat. You just get banned. I'm sorry. And I'm just trying to ban somebody permanently. Yeah, I mean, look, we got the win, didn't we? And that was the important thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's in that period where it feels like the start of the season where we just wanted to get going. We needed to get wins by hook or by crook. And you know what? If over the next 2 or 3 league games, or how many we've got until this random March international break. I mean, March already feels like a year because it's 5 weeks. We don't need an international break breaking that up. But I digress. We want. I don't care if we win the next 2 games. That we've got in this month before that ugly, as long as we're winning it, because it's going to could prove vital. You've seen all 3 teams struggle to the win tonight by the looks of things, scoreline wise, at least. So I'll take it on to the next one and just keep going. As long as it starts something, I don't care. You know what I mean? This one, we just needed a block to restart in the league with a win, and this is it. Go again. It's interesting. I'm just reading some of the comments and seeing what some people are saying and arguments.
We'll go through the second half. I always worry, and it's a thing with Leicester, isn't it, that they always seem to sort of not do well in the start of the second half. and we allowed Sunderland to get back into the game, and they made a double substitution on 59 minutes, and that did seem to that gave them the incentive. I thought that it did seem to change the way they were, and then the crowd started to get behind them.
Yeah, it feels like Leicester basically do that cliche Sunday league thing, isn't it? When normally like you go and watch a Sunday league game and the team's 6-0 down, and you hear the manager go, right, second half, it's 0-0, go again. I feel like that actually gets told to these players, regardless of the score line. feel like Enzo tells them, right, remember, start again, because yes, it's 1-0, yes, we're winning, but they're going to want to try and come at us. We need to be patient because they're going to try and get the crowd going. And they did do that, you know. I mean, the definition of insanity, Chris, is apparently trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Or Sunderland come past the ball forward.
Have you seen my BBC post today, by the way?
I have. Funny enough, I did give it a little bit of a read. But
just a sidetrack. Did you agree or disagree with what I was saying?
I concur. I concur with your opinion. Yes. And
again, in fairness, I've got to say, I do write that with my tongue very much planted in my cheek to cause reaction, because that's what they want. They want a reaction, the BBC, from whatever I write. You know what I mean? But
I get you.
But yeah, we've got the 3 points. And I'm just things I've written down here. I mean, what a save by Mads on 63.
Yeah, it's a quality save. It's up there. It's probably one of the saves of the season. And they were the moments where they try to remind Leicester in the game. And this is what I mean, because up until moments like that, we were dealing with everything fairly comfortably. Yes, it would have been nice to break away better, but that was how Leicester were told. Leicester were obviously told, and it seems a bit of a mentality thing. And maybe it was just something to do with the occasion. Maybe it was to do with the fact that they wanted to get back to controlling games and seeing a game out and grinding out that resolute draw, win 1-0, you know, not conceding a goal sort of thing. So it was definitely, I kind of sensed it might go out like that. And I think Leicester just played the occasion. They went back in the last 15 minutes to the best Leicester of what I've seen for the majority of it, in the case of what they actually used to do to teams through that stage of games when they were winning 2-1 and 1-0, Chris, which was seeing the game out, frustrating the crap out of their opponents and inadvertently the crowd. And it just took everything out of the game. So I actually didn't mind it. It just had its nervous moments, which I think have come through the run we're on. I think if Leicester had maybe won a game or two, then we've got 4 points or something like that from that, this performance wouldn't have felt so scary. It was just because we knew we'd seen us crumble the last 3 outings that we were just terrified it was going to happen at some point as well.
That was the thing. I had that feeling that we were going to do a Leicester again. Do you know what I mean? And can I just say, Krista, you have been timed out, and you'll keep getting timed out if you're calling people names. So it's all about opinions. Brad's is different to mine. I respect Brad's opinion. You do the same. Lethargic is how I would describe our performance of late. It's scary to think 30 more points to play for. I mean, that we nearly played a full Premier League season, aren't we?
Yeah.
But
there's an interesting point I'd like to make about that one, Richard. No, go on. What you was going to say?
No. What you? Because I'm going to move on. So you?
Because I'd love to see what points total we are on at that game mark. What's it? 38 games in the Premier League season, isn't there?
Yeah.
So when we reach game 38, what points are we on? And work and kind of see what half of that is. Because if you say you take half the points tally of what we achieve at that point, which would lock off at Premier League season into next season, are we that seems to be the way I would look at how we're going to go and try and be in that bracket of points wise for next season. Because it'd be good to see us on that point.
Do you remember? And before we come back to the match, do you remember I said earlier that at the start pre-game that we were not winning convincingly? You know, we were we were winning by, you know, the odd goal here or the odd goal there. And it felt like that again.
Yeah, it did. And it was like that. And I think it was one of them, it was just bound to be like that. I don't know what it was about today, but I just felt that it was going to be an old school Leicester nitty gritty performance that's going to see it over the line, because with the confidence and the form of this side, you're not going to get much lower in terms of it. And that's what caused frustration in the first half. And that's why, realistically, in the first half, you would say a confident Leicester wins that game is 3-0 up, and Luke's coming on here shouting, take the knee Sunderland, because it's 3-0 at half time, and he's having a whale of a time. But the nerves were still there. That it was probably in the players' mind, even though they don't show it, where they were thinking, right, just get the job done tonight. That's the objective. That's what the gaffer wants. That's what we want. And that's why the second half played out the way it did. Because that first half could have been game over before.
It should have been, really. Just to run through the scores before we chat with Luke. The full-time scores, as it has now finished at Ipswich. Blackburn 1, Millwall 1, Coventry 5, Rotherham 0, Hull 1, Birmingham 1, Leeds 1, Stoke 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Plymouth 0, Sunderland 0, Leicester 1. For God's sake, I don't know how they keep doing this. Ipswich 3, Bristol City 2. Twice Bristol City took the lead, and Ipswich came back every time and kept doing it. Luke, what did you think of the game?
Stressful. I was reminded early that I remembered last time we played, I remember thinking Patterson was probably the best goalkeeper we'd come up against. He made it really hard for us. And the same thing, he double save early against Vardy, and I think it was Mavadidi. I think it was FaZe. I can't remember, but that last 20 minutes felt very. I don't mean to sound negative. I don't think anything he did was too wrong, but it felt flat. It looked like we were quite leggy. Would have liked to see maybe a few more changes. But it just looks like we're hitting that tail end of the season and everyone's tired. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt flat.
Do you think that basically we're asking you to take sides here? You're like the son between the two dads.
Sides? What have I missed?
Okay, well, see, I said that it was a tale of two halves. I thought we were rubbish in the second half. What did you think?
I don't think we're rubbish, but I don't think we're good. I'm going to go politician on you here.
Oh my God, Brad! Sitting on who's got the splinters up their arse tonight?
I know, right? I can't believe that.
Talk about Switzerland out
of it. Talk
about a cop out.
I know, right? Talk about no, Luke. That's not what we want. You're not Chris. You don't sit on no fence when that happens. Despicable behaviour. You're not rubbish, but you're not good. Yeah, that's like saying, that's like asking mum how well you did in a play back at school, and you went, "You looked really nice in your outfit." Yeah, because she spent 8 hours making it. Come on, pick a side. That just tell me I was crap. You know what I mean?
Well, we didn't concede, so I can't say we're rubbish. And I don't feel like.
All right, so that's all I needed to hear. You don't think we're rubbish? Yeah, spot on. I like the cut of your chip.
Fair play, mate. Fair play. Okay. You've agreed with Brad, and I remember that.
I'm on a side.
You can just so you know, Luke. It's not me. You can't say I knew you was going to do that. I knew.
But no, I mean, as I said though, and I've written down here, and yes, despite the fact that I think we should have killed the game off, we let them back into it. To say that they'd lost 4 on the trot, what I was trying to say was that you couldn't tell the difference between the two teams. You wouldn't have said, if you'd have watched that, you wouldn't have said which team was top of the league watching it if you didn't know. Because it literally was, to me, that second half performance, we literally were just defending. All right, we did not concede. Leeds got 2 goals against us by deflections. That could easily have happened. They could have had a penalty, and we'll come on to that in a second. But it was the result that mattered. I put, as I said to Brad, I've put down here, not pretty, who cares? The result more important than the performance.
Was that to me, sorry, or to Brad?
Yeah, to you, Luke, yeah.
So, yeah, that's it. There's been a few shouts as well for penalty, because there was that hand, if that was VAR, that handball from Cody.
But that's right, before we come on to the penalty, sorry. Would you say the result was a lot more important than the performance?
Sorry, mate, I'd missed your question. No, 100% agree. Yeah, it was, but jeez, I guess at the end of the day, right? Objective right now is being promoted and not going to playoffs. So yes, to answer your question, yes. Yeah, I'm not going to go on and on, but
no. I mean, Brad, are you still with us, Brad?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all right, mate. No, I'm just glad that somebody else has Amazon deliveries at awkward times. I mean, it is all about getting second, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been saying it since probably day dot. We've been getting asked the question since week 6. Since week 8 was it? We went top. Feels like we've been asked that question every week, and top 2 get exactly the same for Leicester at the end of the day. You've got to give credit at the end of the day to Chelsea back to staying with us. If you consider the gap, you're talking the 3 promotion teams are doing exactly what they're doing, and fair play to Ipswich. They're the only ones contending outside of that, and they were previously a League One side. So the fact that the 4 teams in question, I'm not saying other teams aren't doing well, they probably are in their own perspective, but the fact that we're getting into the stage of the season and seeing it go is it's actually good to see. And at the end of the day, even if we finish second by a point, I don't care. I think our style of football is what I want next season. I think we'll fare better than a team that comes up with us for the way we can play football, as long as we do things right in that transfer window. That's where I'm at with Leicester. That's what I'm convinced by from what I see when we get things right. When we get things right with the quality players, I think we will do better. I don't care how we do it, as long as it's first or second.
Mad's book for time wasting in the 67th minute. Luke.
That's soft. I'm with Brad, but what Brad just said is a really good point, mate. A big asterisk, though, with the summer window, isn't it?
Yes, I guess it is. But, Luke, I'll stick with you first for this one. Nice to see Indeedy come back on. Didn't really make any difference, to be honest with you. But at least he came on and he lasted the 20-odd minutes that he was, 25 minutes he was on the pitch.
I thought he was all right, mate, at the back. There's a few times he linked up with Fatawa well to get it out of there. Fatawa made like a classic actual Indeedy level challenge at the end there. Recovery, sorry. But no, I think it was good. And if you remember last time when Indeedy got injured and he came back, he looked a bit shaky. But no, I think that's great. And I think that we maybe start him next game and then sub him off the same time that he got subbed on, if that makes sense, like for like. Yeah. So, no, I think that's good. Sorely missed and brings something different as one of the high pressing eights. So, no, I think that was great to see him.
Your thoughts on him, Brad?
He did a job, didn't he? He came on, he got a bit of fitness on the old proper turf out there. You can't beat a match day for getting yourself match ready, can you?
He's got to get match fit, hasn't he?
Yeah, of course he has. And I suppose that's one of the cons to playing. That's one of the pros you could say to this fixture list being how it is, because it will allow him and it allows Enzo to do exactly what Luke said. Now keep him down there. No, keep him down there. No, come on, he's best off down there. But you know what I mean? Like allowing him to get 20 minutes into his legs today, it could give him an hour, 70 minutes at the weekend. So, yeah, it was ideal, wasn't it? He came in and gets us a win. He's a lucky charm. We need him to stay, obviously.
Yeah. Table there, still only 3 points, but it could have been worse, Luke.
Could have been worse. We're 5 points clear. So we've got basically a game and some change between us and playoffs.
And that's all that matters, isn't it, Brad? The fact that we have still, we could have been joint top tonight.
Yeah, we could
have. We would have been joint because we got the better goal difference. You know what I mean?
I know what you meant. Yeah, I know what you meant. So technically on points, the side would have been equal. And also tonight at some points we could have been sat here going take the knee Ipswich. You just absolutely fumbled, but it didn't happen. And Luke's I'm never going to let Luke forget that saying because it's brilliant. I love it. I have got the copyright infringement on it. Don't you worry, Luke. My lawyers will contact you later. But no, at the end of the day, the way we need to see it is instead of doing what their fans were doing every time we saw the other team win, it's just go, okay, but that's one game less now. You've got to catch us up on.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing ventured, but it's one less game now you've got where the gap's still the same. You've not done anything, or we've stopped doing anything in that sense.
10 games to go, Luke.
10 stressful games upcoming where everything feels a bit flat at the minute.
Yes.
Have we got Southampton next, or was it Norwich?
Norwich on Saturday. Southampton, we don't know when that because it's been moved for the.
That's right.
Because,
yes.
Sorry, Leeds fans, but we're in the FA Cup quarter-final.
And Southampton, don't let Southampton forget as well.
Yeah, they've not really bothered us. They've not wound me up like the Leeds fans have.
No.
But we don't know when Southampton will be, which makes it interesting because that is like up in the air. But now look, as long as like I say, if we finish second, that's all. We get promotion. All right, we don't get a cup because we'll get that if we were to win the league or win the playoffs. Doesn't really matter. Yes, I want to win first. I want to win it. Yes, I don't know if we can get the. Can we get the points total still? We've got 10 games left. That's 30, isn't it? 8, 9, 10, 11. 111. So we could still do it. But look, let's go back. We got away with a penalty because there was a handball in there, Brad. Was that a penalty? I mean, if you're in the Premier League, you'd have your heart in your mouth, wouldn't you? With was it Chowdhury?
Oh, the Chowdhury one. I'm screaming for that if that's Vardy. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. This channel might get people that want to wait for his cause, but if I'll be honest with you, I sat there and went, yeah, I can't even say that shouldn't be given. It's one of them where it's become, unfortunately, part of the norm. I don't think there's much wrong with it. I don't think he's been aggressive in any way, but he's made enough contact that Vardy gets that penalty, if that makes sense. And I can understand if there's a lot of bereavement by Sunderland fans towards that, because you always say, Chris, would I be asking for it if it was a Leicester player? And I've got to be honest, I would have been. So the Chowdhury one, the handball one, I think a little bit tongue in cheek as it may have been said, but I think that's a VAR penalty. I don't think it's a penalty that I look at it and go, oh yeah, but can he really do much about it? It's the rule. They've complicated it so much, a simple rule, and I think that's a VAR penalty, but it's not a championship.
Apologies, we haven't got Norwich. I thought we'd got Norwich. We've actually got Hull away at Hull, which isn't going to be easy again. But we know we've got this run coming up. We had. I just want to stick with Brad, if you don't mind, for 1 second, Luke.
Favourite champion.
How did you know? Anyway, moving on, because he came on, didn't do anything. No, I'm joking. I think because when we made the subs, basically all we were still just doing the same defending that we were doing before, which, like I still say Sunderland deserved a point from that, I think, Luke.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't think. Oh, they had that. Who was it that had that shot to hit the bar? That was
Job Bellingham.
Was that Bellingham? Was it? I think it was.
Yeah, mate. There's just something supernatural in their DNA. There just is. The amount of footballing talent stars they've got is unreal.
It's crazy, eh? But look, I don't think
it was Mads, wasn't it, that pushed it onto the bar?
No, not
that
one.
It was a fantastic save. As a goalkeeper, I was proud of that.
Yes. No. Around the 70-minute mark, it was their sub. I forgot his name. He was a good-looking lad. God, that sounds bad.
Hang on, let me just check. I'll just clip that bit. Don't worry.
I've lost my train of thought now. Oh,
you're not going to smash one out now, going away and thinking about that, are you?
Oh no! Don't get it worse. Don't get it worse.
That was a frame job, that one. No, but seriously, no, I don't think that they deserve to win. But at the same time, it felt like we didn't
win. But if that had been a 1-1 draw, I don't think we could have complained.
No, basically, when I was watching that game, I felt like with about 10, 15 minutes to go, I said to myself, I feel like we need another one here. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like we got away with one. That's in a nutshell how I felt about that game.
I think the thing is though, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't when it finishes 1-0. Because if Leicester had have got and taken some of them chances, which they have done earlier in the season, you'd be sat here going, saw it out, great, brilliant, fantastic. As would have been the same as if they had kept playing the way they did in the first half and gone and got the goals. They were like, yeah, see, that's why we wanted to play like that. But then you want to put it on the shoe on the other foot. If Leicester had continued playing the attacking way, but kept losing the ball higher up the pitch, and that meant that Cody and Faze were higher up the pitch, and Sunderland got in a bit more, we should not have been going, we need to stop doing that, and we need to the substitutions kind of were the chess moves, and it was obvious what Leicester were doing. It's just Sunderland couldn't make the right moves to break through it. I know Madsen made another quality save later on. Sometimes you need a bit of luck in football, and sometimes you earn that luck. And I felt like the comfortable and great defensive work we did prior to that is kind of football balance out, all that cliche and whatever you want to say. It just felt a bit like one of them games, because we've had games, Chris, like you said, that Leeds game was lost mentally because we went after the equaliser, but the 2 goals in the manner that they came completely did it. Sunderland it just wasn't their day, and Leicester made it theirs just about.
I've got to say well done to Kate and well done to Alibaba. They both went 1-0, so they get our round of applause. Well done. Indeed. Go round. Now then, I'm going to ask Luke this one. Have you ever had a problem with flat balls, Luke?
What? What'd you say?
Have you ever had a problem with flat balls?
Nah, I told you about my nuts.
Well, I know, because I know you like, smashing one out quickly sometimes, but we did have a flat ball incident in the Gays game, and obviously I know you play because you sent me a photograph of your football injury, and like I say, I know I do use the persona Dr. Love on a Friday night in the Love Show on the radio, but I'm not a real doctor. But I do thank you for sending me your picture still. But yeah, on the 86th minute, I wondered. Obviously, I don't think Luke spotted that one, but Brad, I did wonder what the hell Winks was doing.
Well, at first I thought, well, he's not just picked that up because he's bored and wants to get sent off. Obviously, we've not been able to hear the referee's whistle or something. But yeah, he just went like that, and the referee was so weird all night. I don't think he was ready for the occasion. I don't know what it was. I don't reckon he was ready for a game like that. I'm not saying he made every bad decision because he got some right, but he was weird because he just didn't command anything. As if Harry Winks just seemed to look at the ball, pick it up, go, it's flat, ref, start again, and the ref.
No, that's fine. That's he obviously touched the ball and realised it was flat.
Yeah, but there wasn't a free kick given or anything. So
no, because the ball was flat, and therefore you can't.
No, but what I mean is, the way he did it, and the referee just seemed to agree with him without seemingly checking.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry. Yes.
It just seemed to happen like that. So it's like,
yeah.
Harry Winks must have eyes like anybody to notice.
Indeed, he hadn't been on 19 odd minutes, and well, he hadn't been on long at all. And he got a booking, so welcome back, Indeedy.
He's got a booking in him, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he does. He's always got a booking in him. And yes, I mean, look, I say if I'm taking my argumentative glasses off, he's not yet match fit, but it is absolutely fantastic to see him back. They did have that very late penalty shout, like Brad said. I would have been screaming for it. Luke, give me your performance rating.
Look, before I answer that, I want to ask you something, please, both of you.
I like you a lot, Luke, but I'm sorry, we have to keep it at that.
It involves your love child, mate. It's important. I think Winks has not had the best run of games, and neither has Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Now, how much of that do you think is down to Vestergaard feeding him balls on a platter? And how much do you think that has to do with our form? Think about it. Think about how we play from Matchday. Usually,
I'm inclined to disagree because, yes, the success of receiving a good ball goes up when you've got that quality of a passer on the pitch, but Cody can pass a ball, Faze can pass a ball just as good, and these are quality mid. These are in this division. They are being classed as quality midfielders, and that's Dewsbury Hall and Winks. And the reason I corrected myself then is because I don't want to be sat here saying that they're world class or anything. I'm saying they're class for the division they're in. They should be more than capable of controlling a ball that's nearly as perfect, but not as good as Vestergaard, because they've proven it time and time again with some lovely bring downs and touches. We saw a very niche amount of them tonight. Actually, we actually had them in abundance. Some lovely quality bits of passing and control were on there for display. So it doesn't really. Sorry to use the name as a pun, doesn't really faze me who it is that's passing to them. I think you have to take account of your bad pass, because they don't make you make the bad pass that follows. They might put you under the pressure, but if you turn they turn the player, it's not them that's passing it 10 yards in front of Mavididi. It's not them that's then making them pass it, 10 yards in front, too far in front of Vardy. There have to be accountability on them for their performance levels at the end of the day. It's like we say Maresca takes the right when we lose, but he doesn't tell them to play badly on the football field. He doesn't have a team talk, go, right, lads, play like shite tonight. He doesn't do that. So, you've got to take, the players have to take their responsibility. I couldn't really put it down just to one individual's ability or inability to pass.
For me, I thought Winks did all right tonight, to be honest with you. KDH, he's been off the boil for a while. I just think KDH is getting mentally exhausted. And I think he needs to be given a break. The problem is at the moment, and we're playing Eunice because we haven't got anybody else. So we can't swap him really. Would you put, Marcel is a possibility. He's been played in the middle before, but, do we take an under par KDH over fully par Marchal? What I want to ask you, though, I'll ask you both this, whoever wants to come in first, it's a free-for-all, because I know what my answer is. On that game tonight, okay, we'll forget the QPR one because we lost it, but on that game tonight, did we miss Vestergaard?
No.
Yeah, I think so. I do. I think Vestergaard's a level above, definitely above Cody and Faze for his passing ability. In my opinion, especially when it's directive pace on it through the middle, I think Faze offers something else with his progressive carries further up the pitch and those diagonal passes to Mavididi. But going back to your question before, sorry for taking you off topic, Chris.
No, go for it, mate. Go run with it.
Well, no, because just hold that thought though, Luke, because I want to get the same answer. You said no, but just expand on that, Brad. Sorry, Luke.
I honestly think, look, yes, Vestergaard offers a keener pass. I'm not denying that. I agree 100% with Luke on that. But not every centre back is entirely the same. But the one thing that there is certain attributes of Vestergaard's game that we get that are just the same, if not slightly better in Cody. It's his decision making, it's his calmness on the ball, it's his ability to keep himself in front of the opposition and that ball, and it's the leadership he has on and off that ball. Tell me the difference between Vestergaard, Nelson, and Cody in that back line. I will tell you there's not much between Cody and Vestergaard in terms of all of them attributes. That back line looks a lot more secure than Nelson being there, and that's what they look like when Vestergaard's there. And I will tell you this: that extra pace he has actually does better because he can play calmer, shorter passes.
I will agree with you totally. I'm sorry, Luke, but I'm gonna have to agree with Brad totally there. I think had we had Ben Nelson in that defence, I'm not sure that it would have been 0 against Leicester tonight. And that's no disrespect for Ben, because he's played really, really, really well. But he's got that experienced head, Cody. I can imagine he would be in there because he's more experienced than Faze, in fairness, and he would be talking to Doyle, who's youngster on one side, Chowdhury, and he would be sort of giving advice. I do apologise, Luke. Please go back. What was the one? What did you want to say?
That's all right. No, I agree, by the way. I wanted Cody and above Nelson as well, to go back to your point. I was just going to answer your original question because I took us off topic. I think that score, I'm going to go with a 6.
Oh,
flat,
yeah.
uninspiring, but we didn't concede. So I can't go anything more or less than that for me.
I've already written mine down, by the way, before anybody accuses me of copying homework.
Spoiler.
Brad?
I think the first half we were very good. I think we completely controlled the game, the occasion, the atmosphere. We controlled the crowd with us being annoying, on the ball, off the ball, we was doing it. And I think we anticipated that game down to a T. You could tell that was a programmed way of playing. And I know people don't like it. I know it was heart in mouth because 1-0 always is. And like I said before, on a run like we're on, it always looks it. I'm going to give them, I think you see this coming a mile off, I'm going to give them an 8. I think they were brilliant tonight. Defensively resolute for 45 minutes and attacked a very, very negative team in that first half. Better finishing, we win that game easier. Honestly, better finishing. Tell me we don't. Tell me we don't bury them in that first half of better finishing.
Luke's just sent me a message saying to kick you.
I'm just kidding, Brad.
We don't need Luke in it anyway, do we? We don't need him.
No.
That was me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Do that as well. All right then. Well, having heard what I've had to say, what do you think I've given them?
I think you've probably agreed with Luke, or probably gone for a 5.
He's already given it away.
I'm sure. I thought you'd have guessed it because you can see it.
No, I don't know if that's yours or if that was Alan's.
No, that's mine.
See, I don't try.
No, that was a good point actually, because despite everything I said, and I stand by everything I said, we defended like our lives depended on it. We were getting in the way of those balls, and yes, we were lucky because against Leeds it came off 2 players and went in and for 2 goals. That could have easily happened, but it didn't. And that result meant a hell of a lot more than a fancy performance.
Mm-hmm.
That was Argentina out there, not Brazil. You know what I mean? That's what it was like. And for that, I agree with you, Brad. I've given them an 8. And despite everything I said before, I have to accept that it was a good. That they were dying for that win tonight, weren't they? They would have died on that pitch.
Yeah, they would have, because I think it would have meant, it meant more to them to have got a draw out of this occasion than it would have for Leicester, because obviously results elsewhere would have just damaged Leicester's lead a bit more. But it would have meant for them, they could have came away from that game going, you know what, when we actually go at a team, we've just proven we can get a result from them because we've just done it against the top of the league currently. He's disappeared in shame because you've not agreed with him. Is he withdrew his subscription? I reckon he's gone off in a sulk.
He's smashing one out. That's what he's doing.
Oh, for God's sake!
While he's doing that, your man of the match.
I gave him a lot of stick for his recent accolades in front of goal. I got a bit frustrated with him, and I'm pretty sure now it's got to be confirmed that Enzo listens to my rants. It's just confirmed. It must be, because I told him to have a word with Fatwa, who didn't shoot from outside the box today. I can't believe I'm saying this, Chris. He's not even close to a finished article, and that's how he can play. That's not just a diamond. That's the rarest thing you can find in the Ashes, mate. He's a winger that attacks. He's got skill that can flaunt, and he can defend like that. That was a phenomenal defensive performance. I cannot believe I'm saying this. That's borderline our best defensive performance on that pitch tonight. I agreed with every word that the lads were saying on LCFC.
I'll just break in there.
Sorry, I've got to go.
Luke's got to go.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry.
Quickly, Luke, your man of the match.
I've got to go, guys. Sorry. Fatawu.
Okay, cheers, buddy.
Oh, I hope everything's all right. I hope he's all good.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's probably realised he's got to get ready for work. You know,
I don't know. I always forget the time over
so
there.
he's gone Fatawu.
Yeah, I
Who
think
have
he was
you gone
phenomenal,
for?
mate.
Yeah.
Pardon?
So you're going for Fatawu as well.
Yeah, he was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's not even the finished article. And if that's what he can perform at his best, because his defensive work he was the best centre back we played, best person in our back line all game. He got vital tackles and he recovered everything. And he even helped Shepherd and Ndidi into the game. And I didn't see Ndidi have to break sweat and sprint, to be honest with you, because Fatu was like, I've got you. You know, right up until he walked off that pitch. That's the Fatu I want to see. But that's a frightening player we've got on our hands, mate, if we can keep him.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Well,
and I would say that because there's about 6 choices for man of the matches you could argue with.
That's who I've gone for.
Full house, bingo, get the bingo card. They have agreed on a rating and a man of the match. Who's got the full out? Who's going bingo?
I think I said this in the during the watch along, and it was something that the commentator said, and I had to agree. And I always call them out if I agree with what they're saying. Or I'll call them out anyway because they give us the information. Fatu was probably our best defender on that pitch today.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. If you ever thought, give me a reason. You know, you're saying football, Chris, when you're playing certain positions, a world class player. I'm not saying he is a world-class player, but what you see him do on a pitch, Chris, you want to see something that stands out to make you stay that. And the fact that he can do just as well going backwards as what he does going forwards, it's just something. You ask any manager what they want the wingers to do, please be good at defending as well as going forward. And from what I've seen from his performance tonight, that was probably his best performance in a Leicester shirt for me.
Yeah, I mean,
it was all round. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he took. I mean, I looked and I thought, why the hell is he replacing him with Justin? He's the best defender on the pitch, and then I'm thinking the guy must be absolutely knackered.
Yeah,
you know, and he wasn't wasting shots into thin air, was he? You know what I mean?
He wasn't. No.
Although tonight
he was first on everything as well, Chris, wasn't he?
Sorry?
Yeah, he was first on every cross into the box as well. He's 5 foot nothing, and the bloke was first on every cross into the box. He doesn't make sense as a human being sometimes.
He doesn't, not at all. Ronald, totally get you, mate. Mads,
yes.
I mean,
I was
he was
impressed
trying
with
to
the
get
parry
into the
away.
manager's good books by kicking the ball to him 3 or 4 times. And when it was necessary, again, the commentator said, "Oh my God, he's kicked the ball out." But it was in their half, so it doesn't matter. We need the rest. You know what I mean?
Gives us a chance to reset.
I only know it was only once when I think he passed the ball to Cody, who was being marked, and I sort of went. But apart from that, again, it was one of Mad's better performances as well. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying there. There was 3 or 4 that could have got it. Anyway, officially, this is what Alan, who was at the match, has given them. 6 is given them. To quote him, and I will quote him here, he said, "Hi, Chris. Sometimes you have to win ugly."
Yeah, and he's not wrong. I'm not, no.
No.
I mean, the performance, and I can understand it. You're either impressed by it, or you think it was a bit dull, but we won. And that's probably what it felt like being an away support. I can imagine. You do want to see that. You do want to see it. I would have loved to have seen a 3 or 4-0 game today. Don't get me wrong. I'd have loved to see the Coventry scoreline. Although I'm pissed off at Coventry. They couldn't have just stopped scoring after half time, could they? I'd gone 4-0. I think you or Dave had as well. We were on to it. And of course, they ruined it. But anyway, I digress. And at the end of the day, as a fan, like you said, you win ugly. You either love it or you hate it. And I think that decides how you see the performance.
Yes. Like I say, I wasn't. I think my annoyance came from the fact that I was shitting myself because we literally, and we were. It was last. I haven't seen defending like that probably since the O'Neill days. You know, we were giving blood out there. We were leaving blood on that pitch today. We were defending, and I was as worried as hell that a few weeks ago we would have conceded. I think but. We luckily, thank God, for once the opposition didn't get a deflection. and we literally was just throwing everybody's body in there. The headers were in there. I don't think you could say that there was, that the defending wasn't good. It was last ditch and it wasn't pretty. And what my point is that we played better in the first half than the second half, but we didn't have to defend in the first half. And if you just took that second half on its own as a 45-minute match, if you like, and you were watching that and you didn't know, I don't think you could have said who was the top, which of the two teams was top and which wasn't. That was the point I was making just on that 45 minutes. Just to go on to man of the match that he's given, you can probably see there. Fair shout again, Connor Cody.
Yeah, he was up there with a few names that could have been talked about for man of the match performance, I think, until he came off. Or at least maybe till the last 5-10 minutes of it because of the way the second half came out. But Vardy was probably in the talking for it for a while because he was running them ragged. His goal, obviously. Cody was in talks at some point during the game for me because he defended resolutely. Again, considering his lack of, we said tonight experience would unlock Leicester back to what they were, and it proved to be the case a little bit. Dewsbury Hall was a lot better than he was against QPR, so was Harry Winks. So fair play to them. They have responded to a bad performance, because in my eyes it was, against QPR. So yeah, there was a few shouts in there. So again, it's nice to be in that position to say that we could probably name 3 or 4 man of the matches and not really argue with any of them and actually agree with them to a point. Why? Again, Mads was in the talking. Should mention that. I mean, pivotal save where he powered it out for a corner and not into the mixers. And he played well.
How do you think Hamza was today? Because neither of us were particularly keen on Hamza.
Again, could have been in the mixer. Brilliant recovery rate. Wasn't afraid to go forward. And do you know what was nice, Chris? And it was nice, and this proves that I reckon that Adele is really Enzo and he's watching our streams. That's why he's got a name like that in here. Because what did we say, Chris? What have I been saying for a few weeks? I'd rather play a few risque passes, some over the top balls, some in between the gap balls, than playing it safe and going backwards all the time. And tonight we had a bit of a mix in the bag, especially more in that first half, granted. But when we did manage the odd breakaway in the second half, it was attempted that way. And it was nice to see a bit more of a, okay, if we get in behind here, because we did cause them a bit of panic when we played them bouncing balls over there. They couldn't really cope with that. So, it's good to see. Cheers, Adele. Enzo.
But I thought, for me, everything, we were worried about with Hamza, it was almost like he had listened to us and went, I'm going to fucking show you.
Yeah, actually, you could be like, all right, I'll see how it is. Boss, put me in.
No, exactly. But it felt like that, and fair play to him. And you were saying Justin should have got that role, which was something I hadn't thought of, but I agreed with you and said, yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. It's not Hamza's role, but he does pull the games out when you need him. You know what I mean? And he was right. It's that every player was defending, but
yeah,
I mean, Cody, fair enough. Alan was there, like I say, he's got that little bit, he's there, so I always tend to go with him. But I just thought Fatawu was on another planet, and I'm sure somebody at Chelsea is sat down at the moment getting a contract for £80 million ready for him the day after we sign him for 15.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. That's all
I mean, 15 million, come on.
It's still. I'm actually frightened for our oppositions. If he is a Leicester player, when he starts to get into his prime, Chris, it's going to be frightening. It's going to be a joy to watch. He's got that. You can see it in him. And I know people say brilliant tinted glasses. There is neutrals out there in our Moss that every time we play them, he tears you apart. There isn't many opposition fans that when they're asked about a player that pissed them off or they were impressed with or both, it's usually Fatawu they're talking about.
Yes.
Fatawu and KDH and Winks obviously get acknowledged, but if you're talking a player that's constantly alert, 80 million could get you a loan for a week at the moment, the way he plays. Chelsea, and they probably play it at that much of a mug. And maybe
I tweeted earlier, we need a big performance. Oh, I think we got one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, probably if you really think about it, it was the performance we were all happy to accept before a ball was kicked. A nitty-gritty, well fought, well executed tactical display. We annoyed the crowd. Now, gamesmanship. Look, we accept that we do it. We accept other teams do it to us because they have. Other teams have done it to us. So, what goes around comes around. I don't bemoan it I do when it happens to us, but then I remind myself that we do it. I think it was a professional performance. And again, yes, there was hearts and mouth chances from 20-odd yards out here and there from Sunderland. But I was relatively sure we was going to get through it. It couldn't be 100% because it was 1-0 and it is typical of Leicester. But I was more assured we'd get through it than I have been before when we've been in them situations over the last few weeks. I was far more assured of it than we were when we were playing Leeds. So, yeah, I think it's just the performance we needed. And one, maybe if you really think about it, we were expecting a bit scrappy as well.
Indeed. I'm just totaling up here what the points are.
Are you trying to do the Predictions League one?
Yes.
Because you've got another 3 points, I believe.
I have. Yeah.
I think you are either back ahead or we are now level on points because I did okay.
Well, I've got 6 points tonight, I believe.
Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, we've essentially level for weak points because that puts you on 15 and me on No, wait. You're on 7. You're on 6. So yeah, 15. No, 14. I can't do maths. I don't know. You had 7, didn't you? Yeah, you had 7, and now you've got 6. So you're 14. I was on 9.
2 points tonight.
Coventry, I went 4-0.
Yeah,
Leeds.
you got 1 point for that. Leeds. 1. Yeah.
Oh, the Leicester game. And sorry, I've ticked you and Oh no, I got Ipswich as well. Ipswich turned it around, didn't they? 3-2. So yeah, 4.
Four. So what have I missed? Have I not given myself anything for Leicester then?
You've got 1 point for Ipswich, point for Leicester. You don't get anything for Sheffield. You got a point for Leeds, and then you got the Birmingham one dead on, and the Coventry one. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'd only given myself 6, so I get 7.
Yeah, so you got 14 as a total.
Because I got 7. Yeah, so I've still got tomorrow's games to go.
Yeah, so I got 4 added to 9. So I'm actually a point
15.
behind you, though, right? Is it 15?
9 and 4 is 13.
13. So I'm actually a point behind you. So that's done you something. And like you said, we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games tomorrow to go through.
We have.
Although,
okay.
That's
nobody's of any importance is playing tomorrow.
I know we're in our own mid-table battle now. We've relegated ourselves to me, you, Anthony, and Craig.
We're in the also rans, aren't we? You know.
Yeah.
But look, I better let you go. It's 10 to 11. Thank you so very much, mate. You'll be back on Friday with the predictions.
Yes. But I will be back Friday for the predictions. I will message you tomorrow about that, Chris. I won't do it now. I've got food turned up, so I'm going to eat. But I'll talk to you about that. But yeah, we'll see you guys for the predictions show on Friday night for that, and hopefully we'll be talking about how Anthony's got less points than us and is below us.
Well, hopefully so. And basically, Anthony winning 9-0 away from home isn't for everybody, is it?
Exactly. That's how it is. That's how we do things.
Yeah. All the best, Brad. Thanks very much. Go and enjoy your food.
Yeah, I will do. And also, Anthony, we don't blow a 2-1 lead. See you later, everybody.
He's on a bit sticky. There we go. That's me. A little bit of a sticky wicket after the way we've just been playing recently, but there we go. Anyway, thanks to Brad. Thanks to Luke for popping on, and thanks to Kate for coming on earlier. Thanks to everybody that is in the chat. Look, I know I do get annoyed. And thank you very much. I should say thank you very much to Matthew for the donation of $5. Thank you so very much, sir. Really do appreciate that. I know I get annoyed, but look, how many times, I don't care, just do not put scores, please, of any description in the chat. So all I ask is simple rule, no spoilers. There we go. So not only just scores, but also free kicks, penalties, etc., etc., etc. Okay, well, that's it. What am I doing tomorrow? I'm going out for a drink with Craig from the Bournemouth channel, Up the Cherries in all departments. No, Krista, you're all right, mate. You've apologised. It's been accepted. We've moved on. And don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. You took your punishment. You came back. You apologised. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. And thank you, Matthew. Like I say, for the money as well. I'm out, as I say, with Paddy from Up the Cherries in all departments tomorrow night. I have a feeling that if I let him get the first, I'll have to get the first word in, because I think if he gets the first word in, I won't get one in all night. So who knows? But look, thank you very much. If you've been watching along, thank you so very, very much. If you've been joining in, thank you so very, very much. I do appreciate it. Respect everybody's opinions. We don't always agree, but that's football. And if we did agree, this would be a very, very, very boring channel. If you don't like what we do, you're entitled to. That is your want, if you like. We are all allowed to not like things. So we do it. People like it. People don't like it. But thank you, like I say, very, very, very much to everybody that was watching and joined in the chat. And if you've been listening on the YouTube podcast, thank you very much for that as well. We're back Thursday with a preview of the Hull game. I'll get it right this time. See, it was Luke. See, he comes in from Australia, says Norwich. I agree with him. Of course, it is Hull. That's going to be another difficult game. But look, like I say, it wasn't pretty. Wasn't the best performance. It was the result that mattered, and we got that 3 points. Stop the rot. I will see you all on Thursday. Thank you very, very much, everybody. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in 2 days' time. Goodbye now.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.